This is another incredible first-round matchup. And what I love about the Edmonton-Anaheim series, most of all, is that it's the team that used to be Anaheim versus the team that is Anaheim. The run-and-gun Oilers from like 5 to 6 years ago, right? That's kind of, where, I don't know if we can hold a lead. That's what the Ducks are right now. The Oilers are now the grizzled playoff vets going, you youngins.
Who still don't really know how to hold a lead, but
that's what I'm saying. Is
but
Anaheim ever going to do them? I don't know.
Yeah.
First off, I just want to say this is brought to you by Ontario Toyota dealers. Red Tag Days is on right now. You should go to visittoyota.ca. Build your Tacoma. Your 6,400-pound towing Tacoma, the most powerful ever. And Steve, Jesse, you guys like a good sound system.
Sure do.
How about 11-speaker JBL?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. You could listen to yourself all around your head.
Stands for jolly but loud.
Visit toyota.ca. Red Tag Days on now through May. So let's talk about everything to do with this series. And I guess goaltending's another one where we go, we'll see. Lucas Dostal has been one of the bright lights for the Ducks of the last 3 years in terms of their emergence. Mm-hmm. It's pretty wild in front of him. The Oilers made a couple of goaltending moves this year. So no Cal Pickard, no Stuart Skinner. We got Connor Ingram. We got Tristan Jarry. Ingram's done well. Jarry's not so much.
I don't know if it's possible for Pickard to get into the series because of the new rules.
I'm not sure. Well, yeah, he can get in. It's just sometimes actually it's better for a guy like him to get in because he makes less money. So you can dress more money. It's cap compliant during the actual game. That's what you have to do. So I want to start there. Jesse, I'm going to start with you. Who do you give the edge to in goaltending in an Edmonton-Anaheim series?
Definitely Dostal you'll give the edge to, just because of the, I don't know what you call it, but the chaoticness of the Edmonton Oilers goaltending situation as it's been over the last 3 seasons, when you had Stuart Skinner getting pulled in the middle of the playoffs and then running to the Stanley Cup final, and then they trade him and they bring in Jarry, and now Ingram has steadied the net as of late. He's been decent, and you know who your number one goaltender is going into the series, which is great for Edmonton. But just over the course of the season, I don't know how you look at Dostal and not give him the edge there.
You could have saved time by being like, the Ducks have the advantage in net.
Yeah.
How do the Oilers overcome that?
Dostal has an .888 save percentage in 56 games. Ingram, .899 in 32.
Yeah. One of them was playing behind the Ducks, and the other was playing behind the Oilers.
What about Tristan Jarry? He had a .909 save percentage with the Penguins this year, and then played 19 games with the Oilers and has an .858.
That's the craziest pump and dump in NHL history.
Unbelievable work. Unbelievable
Completely
work.
insane. I trust Dostal more. I know his numbers aren't that strong, but you got to remember, Connor Ingram's introduction to this show was me arguing on his behalf in a series that was basically unwinnable. I think it was
Nashville
Avalanche versus the Preds. Yeah. So I'm very interested to see him in the playoffs. If he's dialed, if Edmonton has the better goalie, everything else, no offense to the Ducks, who are going to be a very good team, is not worth talking about.
Yeah, so, and I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too willing to give Dostal the edge there, because you look at the last end of the season there with Ingram and how well he's been playing. In the last 8 games of the season, he has a .924 save percentage.
And the Ducks haven't been very good.
Right.
No.
Yeah, they've struggled.
So I think Steve's right in that if Ingram has the edge here, it's not going to be close.
No.
Okay, defensive pairings. Ekholm Bouchard, Nurse Murphy, Wallman Emberson. That Oilers defense doesn't look so bad. It's going up against some good young talent. It's a good veteran talent, but does it round out the same? Jackson Lacombe, Jake Trouba, Minchikov, Carlson, Radko Gudas is probably going to play. I know he's been struggling with some injuries and that sort of thing. Tyson Hines is also available. You could have, you could have other options, but basically that's going to be what it is. You got a lot of playoff experience on the Ducks, a lot more than people expect. Gudas obviously went all the way to the finals. Trouba got to the conference finals a couple years ago, but this Oilers team, basically all of them have done it.
If you're on the Oilers, keep your head up. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. Like this is the tricky thing about having a guy like Jacob Trouba and a guy like Radko Gudas on a team like the Ducks. I think it's going to be very fast hockey. And if you lose sight of what's going on for a split second, like Trouba, like we've all seen him try to light guys up. Like he put Matthews out of commission a few years ago. Ducks defensemen have taken turns doing that apparently, but like he just hit him. It was a perfectly clean shoulder to shoulder, and he popped out his shoulder. Right. If you don't mind your P's and Q's, you're gonna get lit up by this D.
Jesse, what's a guy like John Carlson bring in terms of not just skill but experience to these Ducks team?
Yeah, what a get by them. You forget like that they get him and he's such a steady force for so long for the Capitals, and he brings that to the Ducks, and it's exactly what they need. When you have young kids like Jackson Lacombe in there, you want some force like John Carlson to pair up with Jacob Trouba as two of your 6 defensemen. And the Ducks have a lot more experience than people give them credit for because they haven't been in this position in so long. We think it's just all of the young kids, but no, they have vets who know about this thing.
They do.
To play hockey.
They do.
Good.
And they've got a Stanley Cup winning coach a few times over as well. We can get to that in a second, though. On the Oilers side, though, like I said, guys, these guys have done it. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy. Well, Murphy maybe not as much, but Wallman was there last year. Emerson was there last year. That's a very good group. And here's the thing. The Eastern media and our Eastern bias, we do give Evan Bouchard a hard time sometimes and have over the last few years in the regular season. One thing that we have always said, though, is when it comes to the playoffs, the guy's dialed, not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side. He is going to get Norris votes. He might even win the Norris Trophy this year. This is a big playoff for him.
He locks in a lot more, and he's already top 25 all time in playoff scoring by a defenseman, and I think he's only, 26? It's preposterous.
It's a crazy number. He's
absolutely insane, and a big part of that comeback last year against the Kings.
Moving to the forwards, Leon Draisaitl apparently is going to be back. We keep hearing that the injury was only going to hold him out till then, but we don't know. Let's assume that he is, though, because he's Leon Draisaitl, and he's done this before.
In terms of who has the advantage, my answer is, with inflection and all, Oilers?
Really? Up front? Really?
Well, I mean, if they're hurt, right? I know we've seen Draisaitl score like 4 points a game in the playoffs with 1 foot.
Yes.
There is a shelf life on that. He's made of flesh and bone like the rest of us. It's extraordinarily impressive what he's done. But,
or he could just be Patrice Bergeron and just keep coming back.
Or he could just be that. Right, but we've seen guys have really mediocre playoffs. We're like, what the hell was that? And then you find out they've been hurt the whole time.
Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. There is a shelf life on that, and I just don't know enough about the injury because welcome to the club of my star player has gone to Germany mid-season.
Yeah, Jesse, you said earlier in one of our other previews that defense is a team game. Mm-hmm. And as much as I love the look of Kreider, Carlson, Troy Terry, Killorn, Granlund, Seneca, Mason McTavish, Paling, Cutter Gauthier, like you've got a 30-plus goal scorer on your third-line right wing. The team defense for this Anaheim Ducks team, when we talk about the forward group, is not great yet. The system's not fully implemented. I think Joel Quenneville would say that. Up front, Steve goes, I think it's going to be Edmonton that's got the edge. Do you agree with him, or do you think it's Edmonton with the definite edge and Anaheim has a lot to learn?
Team defense is a very important thing to bring up.
Yeah.
4th most goals allowed in the National Hockey League this season, Anaheim Ducks. 3.5 goals against per game. The only teams below them, the Canucks, the Leafs, the Sharks.
Oh, I definitely thought you were going to say the Oilers.
No. So
where do the Oilers rank in goals for?
Goals for?
Yeah, just give me that stat.
They are 6th overall.
Oh, is that good?
3.44. Yeah. The Oilers do struggle with goals against as well. I think they're bottom 8 there, so it's not too far. This is going to be a lot of run and gun, but to me, the Oilers are going to be able to clamp things down here in the playoffs. And I think over the course of the season, who the Oilers were from, October through March isn't who they were in April through now the playoffs. It's a different team, and I'm going to trust that the Oilers forward group can get this done a little better than the Ducks.
The discussion is team resume versus individual resume, right? Like the Ducks have guys with individual resumes where you're like, yeah, they're really good in the playoffs, but the Oilers have a team resume, and everything
and
with
a couple of young guys stepping up too. Savoy's had a good end of the season, and
absolutely. But everything with the Ducks is there's just a little bit more of a guess because they haven't been there in a while, and it wasn't with this group.
So let's go to our predictions. I'm going to save mine for last. By the way, I'm streaming this series, just a shameless plug. So Jesse, let's start with you. You're filling out your Spark bracket right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you taking, and how many games?
I'm going to take the Oilers. The games thing, it got me, but I'm going to do 6. I'm a little unsure on the games. I'm going to do Oilers in 6.
Jess or Steven?
Ducks fans, we've had a tumultuous time over the last couple months, and I want you to know I love you, and I say this with love. Oilers in 5.
I have real concerns because you guys know my heart is with the Ducks. I've been calling this a good team since
you want
the beginning
them to
of the
win
year.
bad, eh?
I want them to win.
You didn't say they would go far. You just said they would make it.
And I think Leo
You can
Carlson,
abandon them now.
Listen, Celebrini is going to be the next all-world superstar in this league. I think Leo Carlson will be the second to him. Mm-hmm. I think Leo Carlson's that good, like potentially better than Bedard. I know Chicago fans won't like that.
Wow.
What I want to say here is that I wonder if this is their Montreal-Washington series from last year, where Montreal came in, it was fun, it's house money, and Washington showed them what a playoff team is. Dude, and I think Montreal this year is poised to go much further.
Even the Crosby Penguins, the first time they got into the playoffs, they got killed.
And that's why I'm going to say Oilers in 5 games.
Yeah.
It hurts me to say it, but I think that's what's going to happen.
How dare you?
Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially. Most of the time it is. Hey, listen, if you like what SDPN has to offer, you should check out more of our videos and subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe, or Steve will find you.
Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? Our game is not logical, but you contemplate, how am I? I think it's sane, I think it's logic, but I don't you find, are we am I? As time goes by, I'll be a slip away. Should I do you mind?
As a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, let me tell you, it's going to be so great to call a game that actually matters tonight. And Jesse Blakey's here, and he's doing his stream in the Ottawa game, which has been extremely up here. There's about 4 minutes left in that. And I kind of love this. Dickinson and Draisaitl took warm-ups for the Oilers, guys. So we're in for a good game, and we're in for a good night. The Wild and Dallas are also playing. We're going to be scoreboard watching that. Big shout out to producer Hayden, who is a huge Minnesota Wild fan, but is working this game tonight. I don't know if he's going to be paying much attention to what I say. I could probably say anything about him, and he's not going to know. He's not going to know at all. And also, the Philadelphia Flyers are up 2-0 on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Guys, that wasn't just a win. That was dominance. That was dominance. Are we in trouble? Are we in trouble in Pittsburgh, guys? Feels like we're in a little bit of trouble. Anyway, I don't want to I don't want to say that Sidney Crosby and the Penguins are out after game 2. I just have a hard time believing that. They got to figure something out though, and quick. It feels playoff. Like he's got the regular season figured out. It's the playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. Yeah. Anyway, Amelia said, "Hey, Flyers might sweep. Pens look terrible. They don't look good." It's funny. Steve said on the podcast today, he's like, straight up, like, Sidney Crosby didn't have a good game. And Hayden said today, watching the Flyers game, because I've just been glued to the Ottawa game, he didn't have a good game again. So you got to wonder if there's some hurt, something like that. Anyway, Alex Mercer tuning in. And hey, Adam, I'm here with you and my alpacas. Listen, you know what? Should we get a pet check going on before we get started here? We got, this is the start, by the way, of all the late night streams. This is what I do. The boys, Jesse's streaming right now. He does the early games. Steve's doing the Montreal. I do the late nights. If you want to stay up late, is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. We're going to have an old time. So listen, I need to know what kind of pet you have, what breed, and what the name is. Let's do a little pet check. Let's get the audience warmed up here, right? Because if we're going to stay up late on a Monday night, which we are together, we're going to have to get the juices flowing. I think this game's going overtime, with Sportsnet West to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But Elliot Friedman's on the screen, so I'm assuming I'm not. I'm going to go back to that Ottawa game because that's really what I care about. It's a crazy game, back and forth. And, Carolina looked so dominant in the first little bit. They were up 2-0. Big kudos to Ottawa for finally breaking Freddie Anderson open. And as I said on the show today, as long as he faces some high danger shots, which he basically didn't face, except for that one really good shot in game 1, you can beat him. You can beat him. And that second goal was a bit of a softie, let's be honest. So I'm just saying, all right, now we got some pets checking in. Here we go. Golden Retriever, Jack and Rusty, and a Great Pyrenees named Whiskey. Oh my God. The Great Pyrenees, aren't those the ones that sleep outside in the snow and drift? We got Tiberius the Corgi. That's a great name for a dog. We got Budgie. I'm assuming Budgie is the name of the Budgie the bird. Yeah. Pierre-Luc Dubois said, "Hey, I'm just a Kings fan here to prey on the Oilers' downfall, cheering for the Ducks." Flurbus said, "I think the Pens were bad because the crowd was too loud." That's the shame. The Pens, not only did they lose home ice advantage, they lost both games at home. That's pain. Ergo, 2 cats, Artemis and Apollo. Great astrological names. Like those. Kind of, I don't want to live stream this this Carolina game because that's what Jesse's doing right now. But with 30 seconds to go, it's kind of still like a wide open game. Like they want to end this one. And here comes Nick Ehlers across the Tylenol sign. He's getting an opportunity. Linus Ullmark has made some incredible saves. By the way, and he just made another one. Oh, Linus Ullmark just saved the game. Just say. Now let's talk Linus Ullmark for just a second here, and I just want to make sure this Oilers game hasn't started. Oh, Dallas just scored. Okay, so Hayden. Dallas just scored. Yeah, there's Edmonton. Game is still. So it looks like Connor Ingram's going to get the start. We still haven't gotten around to the game, so I don't know when the actual start time is going to be. But there is 12 seconds left in this Ottawa game. And let me tell you, this overtime is going to be berserk. And Jesse Blake is streaming it. So if you are a Sens fan or you are a Canes fan, make sure you check out Mr. Jesse Blake live right now on SDPN. It's Hallmark. Smith, TM14, surprised y'all are up to watch the game. Happy New Year, which is, it's so nice to have you. Listen, man, I've been doing late night streams for a couple of years. I did the Oilers' first Stanley Cup run, and then I did the Oilers Stanley Cup run last year, all the way to the finals where Steve obviously took over. And I'm starting with the Oilers again this year. I actually started with the Canucks 2 years ago. And you remember that second round between the Canucks and Oilers, 7 games? That was crazy. That was fun. And I was here for it with producer Hayden. Let's go. Let's go. Puck drop is going to be 10:22 apparently for the Edmonton Oilers. So we're just going to be hanging out and talking, I guess, for a little bit. I don't understand why it's going to be so late. Why is it so late to start the game? They don't want games overlapping. Well, I you know what? I kind of don't mind that. Jake Matheson says, "You drive a great bus. Love you, Adam." Well, thank you very much. You know what? I'm jumping on the fan wagon for the Edmonton Oilers. Can we do 3 Stanley Cup finals in a row? And listen, if we do, does that make me the good luck charm? The Toronto guy? Does it? Does it make it? That's what I'd like to know. 78 Conjo said, Flyers fans here to watch my second least favorite team lose to the Oilers. Let's go Oilers. But feels good to put that crybaby Crosby down 2-0, ignite the orange. Well, I guess Orange East and Orange West really do kind of appreciate each other. And you know what? The Ducks and the Flyers do make a lot of trades together. I don't know why you hate them so much. Oh, is it the Cutter Goat? Yeah. Trade. Let's just call it what it is. Although Porter Martone looks pretty flippin' spectacular. That seems to be the guy that you needed the whole time. Wes Richard. 10 SDPN memberships to kick off the stream. Daddy Wes, let's go, baby. So let's talk a little bit about the Oilers. You know, Chris Knobloch, I keep calling him Chuck because Chuck Knobloch was a very good short. Chris Knobloch about who he was going to start tonight. Dickinson and Draisaitl, obviously a big deal. Draisaitl because he's Draisaitl. Dickinson because they really needed a penalty killer, and they gave up a first-round pick to get him. Remember, they also sent Andrew Mangiapane going the other way, and that's why the first-round pick was involved. They could get rid of Mangiapane's salary, bring in Dickinson. Bowman had Dickinson when he was the general manager in Chicago. Really likes the guy. You guys have all probably seen that clip floating around on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. That's Stan Bowman in the, from crazy clip. But I got to tell you, I'm excited to see Draisaitl on the ice because I don't know if Draisaitl's ever been to the playoffs healthy, but it really doesn't seem to matter. I remember a couple of years ago, and this is the 23-20. Draisaitl led this is so insane. He led the playoffs in scoring. Was it 22-23 or 23-24? I'm getting my years mixed up. It's 22-23. He led the playoffs in goals scored until the final game of the Stanley Cup Finals when I believe Jonathan Marchessault scored and tied him. But finished the playoffs with 13 goals. Leon Draisaitl had stopped playing hockey a month and a half before. Like, the Oilers were out in the second round. The Golden Knights won the cup. Leon, that man is an animal. So, and he did that on one leg. Like, I think his ankle was all messed up at that point. We need this man in the playoffs. He is pure playoff entertainment. The other thing, I got this crazy stat from the Steve Dangle podcast today that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me pull it up because it's bonkers. Got it. So this is from Jack Michaels. McDavid and Draisaitl will enter tonight third and fourth all-time in playoff points per game, behind only Gretzky and Mario, while Evan Bouchard is second only to Bobby Orr in points per game among defensemen. Like, this isn't the 80s, man. That's crazy. Points per game totals being up with Gretzky and Mario, crazy. But Bouchard being second only to Bobby Orr, and you think about the greatest defenseman of all time, one of them is his coach, Paul Coffey, right? That's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, sorry about the lag, guys. I don't know what's going on, but we'll work through it. We will work through it together. Anyway, it's going to be a hell of a stream, and I'm very, very excited for this. I do think it will be a bit run and gun to start. Just have that feeling. They're interviewing Brady Tkachuk, and he looks sweaty. I got to tell you, that penalty he took by punching that, I forget who it was on Carolina in the back. Steve's got this theory that Brady might be hurt and that he's running around gooning it up a little bit. And I kind of wondered about that. What do you guys think? Have you been watching this? I'm kind of wondering about this sort of thing. It's a little weird. He's gooning a little bit more than he's playing, if that makes any sense. Street Kills 13, another Flyers fan here. I'm so over the Cutter Gauthier hate. Yes, he didn't want to be here, but both teams ended up better with Gauthier and the Zegras trades. There you go. There you go. So yeah, it could be that. By the way, the lag is not, people are checking. You guys are so kind. The lag is not because Jesse is here. Jesse's at home. This is just Roger's internet being Roger's internet tonight. So I'm going to do my absolute best to make sure that the happens. There's not much I can do. Literally the internet thing is like right here. The internet box is literally right next to my computer. I'm hardwired in. So what I can do in the intermission is unplug it, plug it back in, come back on. That's what I'll do. Yeah. The good Adam. Yeah, well. You know what? I can't help that you Gen Z perverts are such perverts, you know? Insider J Money, no Porter Martone or Matvey Michkov. So this is an L. Well, we don't know, man. I can't wait for this. Here's the thing: we got Draisaitl, Bouchard, right? Who emerged the Ducks at a star in the playoffs, right? Beckett Seneca had a great rookie year, outstanding. I mean, he was kind of covered up by the fact that Matthew Schaefer was all world, but Cutter Gauthier's been on fire. Minnesota has just tied the game, by the way. Who scored that one, Hayden? So it's Brock Faber from Houston Kaprizov. Damn it. I missed Brock Faber by one pick in my fantasy pool. One pick. I wonder about a guy like Leo Carlsson, who's battled some injuries this year. To me, and this might be an unpopular opinion, I think Leo Carlsson, what Celebrini is to the league, I think Leo Carlsson will come in just under that. And I think Leo Carlsson is potentially better than Connor Bedard. And I know that that's sacrilegious to say, especially as a Canadian. Leo Carlsson is the effing man. And I want to know, I feel he could be great. He could be great. And he's going to have to be great tonight. You've got Kreider, Carlson, Troy Terry, Killorn, Granlund, Seneca, McTavish, Paling, Cutter Gauthier, and then Vile, Wash, and more. And then in the Oilers series, Savoy, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Kasperi, Kapanen, Nuge, Dickinson, Roslovic, and then Colton Dach, Adam Henrique, and Trent Frederick. Those are just the offensive lines. And then the defensive pair, it looks pretty good here for the Oilers with Connor Murphy in the lineup. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy, Wallman, Emberson. I think that's a better defense core than when they went to the finals last year. They took because Broberg, he really emerged in the playoffs that year. But having Connor Murphy back there, Jake Wallman was so great last year. He's been hurt a little bit this year. Come in and played pretty well. I like that defense group better than I liked CC and Desharnais. That's for sure. Now, for the Ducks, there's a nice mixture of fun and young, and then old and mean. You've got Lacombe Trouba, so fun and young, old and mean. You've got Minchikov Carlson, okay, fun and young and old and angry, but also fun. Tyson Hines and Radko Gudas, and we all know what Radko Gudas is all about. Anime Cowboy said, yeah, dropped down to 144p, reduced it, but yeah, Rogers. Well, it's probably Rogers' internet. What are you going to do? Cruz said, shocked the Oilers went into the playoffs with these goalies. Well, they made their trade and they made their bed. And when we get to that, that could be an interesting part of this series, right? I don't think Janmark's going to be playing tonight, although that can always change. Connor Ingram has been pretty good. They basically pennies on the dollar from Utah because he needed a change of scenery. Jari's not going to start tonight, and you got to hope that Jari doesn't play at all. Although the last couple of runs, they've needed both Pickard and Skinner. But Lucas Dostal is easily the best goalie in this series. The Storms actually have a chance here, and you're going to duck through all season long. You know that. But against the Oilers in the first round, like I would have felt better if the Ducks were playing Vegas. My stream went down live, apparently. Anyway, I would have felt better about it because I feel like they could outskate Vegas. You're not outskating the Oilers. You're not outskating Connor McDavid. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to be really efficient with your shots, and you're going to have to batten down the hatches because the Oilers are coming. There's no containing that offense. So Dostal is like the wild in terms of what he can do. If he stands on his head, he could steal the series, but it ain't likely. I'm in the mosh pit waiting in line for 3 hours. Thanks for being the only pro-Oiler journalist among Toronto elite media. Kidding, of course. All right, wait, what's the mosh pit? Is that where Oiler fans hang out? Is that where the Oiler fans hang out? Is that what that's called? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Anime Cowboy. I actually hope Vegas go far just to show how you can do the bear. Man, Vegas looked good. They look good in their first game. They look real good. They're actually right now they're showing Dallas and Minnesota highlights. And I'm looking at okay, so the Dallas goal was pretty good. That was like just a textbook playoff goal. But then Minnesota, it's going to be Brock Faber, who intercepts an intercepted pass and just walks in. Oh my God. That Faber goal? Oh, mama. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. So the Oilers are coming out on the ice now. It looks like say that again, Hayden. Yes. 7 more years of Brock Faber, says Hayden. All right. Kyle said, getting ready for the best crowd in the NHL. Man, you're in tough to beat the Sabres fans. You're in real tough. Like, I know Flyers fans are pumped. It's going to be tough for anybody. Playoff day. Just crazy. Flurbus said, textbook playoff goal. Never heard of it. Signed the Penguins. Mary Walt said the Penguins are toast, but Stuart Skinner looked good. Hey, Stuart Skinner's played a lot of playoff hockey. He's won a lot of playoff series. Flurbus says Stu's been our only good player. Shake my head. You know, it's funny. Carlson sort of summed up game 1, and he said, like, this team outplayed us, flat out, top to bottom. And I guess that's sort of the same thing that's happened. Okay, we're getting ready to start the game here. 10:21 Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a big cheers and welcome to the playoffs. I'm the last one in the door, SDPN, and thank you for being here. Great first round. Let's have like a killer first round. I hope this goes 7. I hope it's the sexiest series ever, and we are going to have a really fun time. And we'll pay attention to the Senators. I think that Hayden will give us an update on how overtime goes. And if you are wanting to, you can double stream because Jesse Blake is streaming right now at this moment. All right, Draisaitl in the line. sitting beside McDavid. You know that they're going to take some shifts together. You know they're going to take some shifts apart. I'm curious to see what Knobloch does. And remember, Joel Quenneville, Stanley Cup pedigree, 3 cups with the Blackhawks. He would become only the second coach ever to win a Stanley Cup with 2 different hockey teams. So that begins now for him. And here we go. Nurse behind the net. Back passes. Connor Murphy with a really weird pass to Darnell Nurse. I'm not sure what that was. He seems a little jittery. And I don't know if Connor Murphy's played a whole lot of playoff hockey. He might have when he was younger with Chicago in those like waning years when they kept getting eliminated in the first round. But it ain't much, if at all. Alex says, thank you for believing in the Ducks. You spoke it into existence. Let's go. First Ducks playoff hockey since I think the pandemic or maybe even before. Here comes Leo Carlson. I told you to watch out for this guy. Shot. That goes off the skate of Evan Bouchard. Great pass up the ice to McDavid. Running in on Dostal. Oh, McDavid went backhand and he just threw it over the net. But we already have a run and gun style. Ladies and gentlemen, fun series. Talenseer says, no wonder your internet is bad. Jesse is stealing your bandwidth. Is he in the next room? He is at home. This is just Rogers' internet. They're mad at us for all the bad stuff we've said about the Leafs. That's all. Draisaitl with a great move. Passes to the point. Wallman with a shot. Through traffic. But the Oilers are moving the puck. They're looking vintage Oiler to start. And Connor Ingram kind of misplayed this. Vael tried to get it out front, and Ingram made a really good little paddle stop to make sure that didn't turn into a scoring chance. And then immediately, so Connor Murphy has never played playoff hockey. And here we go. Draisaitl gets kicked out of the faceoff dot. And they're booing already. The Oilers fans are fired up. Let's go. Oh, and a shot. Oh, Draisaitl got the shot right off the line. And he just missed the net. That was it. Man, you sometimes forget when Leon, how dangerous and how quick that release is. Unbelievable. 2 minutes into this game, we've already had 2 quality scoring chances by Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. We are in for a fun time. If you guys are here, we're going to have a good time. Tyson Hines is playing, they just said on the broadcast, in his 7th NHL game ever. 6 in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs. And look at him. That's pretty cool. This Ducks team, I think, is going to be very good for a very long time. But the question is, can they take on the team that's made the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row and has the 2 best players on the planet? It's a tall order for a young team. But you got to think, hey, if you're their age, you're in your early 20s, who cares? Just go for it. This is only the beginning for the Ducks. This is win now mode for the Oilers. Flurba says, I'm changing from Pitt to the Ducks bandwagon. Let's go Ducks. Now, to be clear, I am agnostic in this series. I'm going to be the ice. No home broadcast. I am not cheering for anybody. I was a Ducks truther throughout the regular season. But you guys already know I picked Edmonton to win this series. But here come the Ducks. And they just get the puck stripped. Troy Terry had a beautiful opportunity with a couple other players streaking in. And McDavid at center ice, he gets hit, but he gets the puck low. Oilers are going to change. And the forechecking is pretty heavy. Zach Hyman with a great forecheck there. Ekholm with a shot. That just goes wide. And here come the Ducks again. Beckett Seneca, who was playing with the Oshawa Generals this time last year with the Oshawa Generals and now playing the greatest player on the planet in the playoffs. What a 12 months for a guy like that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 15 in the first period. Shots are 3-0 Edmonton, and it has been a wide open game. This suits the Oilers. I think it kind of suits the Ducks too. Hayden said, "Am I doing the goal horn for both teams?" Yes, you are, Hayden. We are gonna be neutral, and we are gonna have a good time. We're here for the times. Oh no, there's still room for the boo button, Hayden. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Here's the thing. It's hard to hate either team. They're both so much fun to watch. The Oilers team has been fun to watch for years, and it's just, you can't hate them. They haven't won a cup yet. You really only hate teams that win, right? And occasionally a few others. When it comes to the Ducks, you can't hate them either. These the young kids who are having a good time. They're playing with house money this year, right? Just see how far you can get. Who cares? So it's hard to be a hater in this series. There are some definite villains in these playoffs. The Ducks and Oilers are just, to me, not one of them. Unless you are a Ducks fan or an Oilers fan, in which case you hate them all. John Carlson, I still got to get used to him playing for the Anaheim Ducks. And they actually had to repaint his helmet because they don't make his helmet anymore. And he's had the same helmet for at least a decade. Oh, Kapanen with a quick shot. Running the net is Podkolzin, which is, he's really found a home here. I remember watching him on the Vancouver Canucks when they made that run deep into the second round. Role depth player there. There was a lot of good players that emerged in that playoff run. I swear, Vancouver really, the talent was always there. And some of those guys have found a ton of success elsewhere. Look at what Quinn Hughes has been able to do. Nobody's shocked that he's great. Columbus, when he left, Podkolzin stayed in the NHL here with Edmonton. And JT Miller, maybe that has not worked out so well in New York, but there's probably more reasons than just JT Miller on that one. Nurse, shot. What's that, Hayden? Hayden says, "I love seeing the Rogers' most reliable internet ads while we're having internet issues." I know. Trent Frederick down low. This is going to be an important line for the Oilers. Nurse with another shot. That's his second shot, I think, of the shift. It's going to be, this Trent Frederick line is going to be a big deal. This is Dickinson and, what am I saying? Colton Dach, Adam Henrique, Trent Frederick. You got to remember, Adam Henrique was acquired from the Ducks a couple of playoffs ago. Stayed here. Was originally a guy they needed as sort of depth scoring. I think now with Dach and Frederick, you're just trying to get out there and be physical and be responsible. Responsible too. You can't give up anything. You don't want to be the line that gives up the first shot even to Anaheim, who does not have a shot minutes of this game. Carlson and McDavid. Now McDavid gets kicked out of the faceoff drop, so it's going to be Savoy. And Carlson easily wins that one. Shot is in. And after it go the Ducks. And again, the Oilers already controlling play here. The question mark is always Edmonton goaltending. But hey, listen, Ingram's been good. And if they don't allow a shot, goaltending becomes less of a problem. Bouchard, shot! And that just sails wide. Dostal had the angle. Didn't give Bouchard much to shoot at, but you could see him moving. Do not underestimate playoff Evan Bouchard. First period is over in Dallas. Tied 1-1. Do we have any update on the Senators? Shot there by Zach Hyman. And that gets off, I think, Dostal's pad and out. Killorn gets it deep. Bouchard there to collect as the Ducks and Oilers change. Killorn doing the full court press. And Granlund and Killorn actually create a turnover. Killorn's looking out front. Someone to pass to. He fans on the puck. Dickinson after him. And the Ducks are not able to do anything with that turnover. But that was a good strategy, that forecheck. Oh, puck intercepted at center. Seneca makes a move. Shot. Oh, and he just missed the net. Killorn was looking for it. Granlund was looking for it, but Seneca made a great move with his stick through the legs and just sailed that. Fires the puck up to Seneca. Paling had the puck stripped. Back come the Oilers. It's Roslovic. Puck goes deep. and goes third line for the Oilers. What an embarrassment of riches. Ryan Newton-Hopkins on your third line. Come on. How's it feel to watch meaningful hockey again? Guys, my wife and I watched, I'm not kidding, 7 hours of hockey on Saturday. And probably another 4 or 5 on Sunday. It's been amazing. And imagine you're sitting here talking about the game. Oh, we go. We got to win breakaway. Shot. Big save by Dostal. It was the toe. And that was, I believe, Podkolzin sprung on that. Unbelievable save by. We told you he'd be a factor in this series, and boy, has he been a factor in the first 8 minutes of this game. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable save. And what a great pass to Podkolzin. Just could not. Oh, you know what? Couldn't get a handle on it, but that was still pretty sneaky. He had to answer the question. It's so nice. It's so nice to do meaningful hockey again. We doing those Leaf streams, I have to tell you, like if you're an Oil fan and you're here watching, it was painful. They were so bad, like really, really bad. So it's kind of to be here, guys, doing this stream. And, listen, if you got Oilers fans that are friends of yours and they're not doing anything right now, come tell them to check this out. We're going to be here with them all playoffs, and we're going to be doing the late games all playoffs long. I would suspect that Jesse's got a lot of people tuning into him because he's got overtime going on. So I'm assuming more people joining us after this. But, by the way, I don't know if this is it the code today? What are we giving away today? Oh, is it a jacket or a sweater? Every time I hear somebody say pullover, I'm like, thanks, it's a cardigan. You guys remember that? Dumb and Dumber, right? I can't be the only one. I can't be. You mean it's this? Look at this. Oh, wait, Oilers pullover. Okay, well, this, we are giving this away eventually. But if it's here, I'm going to put my Oilers logo back up. And I don't have anything Ducks. I need to get a Ducks jersey. But here's what we got as a game 1 giveaway. It's orange, but it's Oiler orange, not Duck orange. What do you think about this? When are we giving this away, Hayden? Do we know? Okay, so you can enter for this right now. Link is in the description. Submissions end of the second intermission, and we pull a winner. So get in on that. Canada only, excluding Quebec, by the way, because Quebec's got wonky rules. And America has tariffs. I'm sorry, guys. We did give away prizes in America last year, but you got to speak to your president about the tariffs, and we'll figure this out. Anime Cowboy actually line of OT because ESPN will not switch to Edmonton Anaheim as scheduled. ESPNU, where they're showing it, is not a. Wow, so you can't even watch this game in the States. Hilarious. McDavid shot, saved by Dostal. Man, McDavid's looked very active today. He's looked very McDavid today. That's good news if you're an Oiler fan. Oilers were ready. 7-2. I can't even remember the second Duck shot, to be honest with you. It's been all Oilers, and it's been exciting hockey. Here comes Roslovic. Shot. That sails way wide of Dostal. Nurse at the line to hold it back in. Oh, and 10:52 left. Link in the description. Our internet is berserk here. I don't know what the problem is, but we're gonna sort it out. I'm not really sure why this is doing this. I will reset it at intermission. What's excellent? Sounds good. There's McDavid's parents. We love that. Hayden says he looks so much like his dad, it's almost creepy. Giggling Cat said, I did join, but Jesse's threatening us with 10 overtimes. Well, you know what? It looks like it's going to be a long game in Ottawa. You know what? Jesse could finish after we finish. That's what's great about the playoffs. He could be going all night. You guys remember, Jesse did that 18-inning slobber knocker between the Jays and the Dodgers in the World Series. So it's not something that he hasn't done before. I think that stream ran just shy of 7 hours. 7 hours, man. That's crazy. Went to like 3 a.m. People are asking where the Duck merch is. Well, I got to be honest with you. We don't have any Ducks merch here yet. We will put the request into Fanatics, try to get some before the end of the series. Granlund to Killorn. Oh. And here we go. Leon Draisaitl again. What a factor he's been in this game. 3 guys on him. Oh, it looks like we might have a bit of a break here. Puck goes just a little bit further than I think Granlund wanted it to, but Seneca grabs it, uses his body, gets it out to the point. Lacombe has the puck jump his stick a little bit. I think what's going to happen, the Ducks are going to have to push here a little harder on their forecheck because Edmonton's just allowed to kind of do too much in their own zone, and their breakouts are dangerous because they got 97 and they got 29. Giggling Cat, I came here to feel better, but I feel attacked. Well, I mean, it's a lot of orange. It's an assault on the eyes. It's also the team that you beat in the finals 2 years in a row. So Giggling Cat is a Panthers fan, and we got a goal! And it's Beckett Seneca. Is it Beckett Seneca? No. Yes? Is it? Is that goaltender interference? That's Tim Wash, by the way. Wash, excuse me. They're acting like it was a goal, but was Connor Ingram knocked over? I got to see the replay here. And this fourth line was a factor right off the top. Connor Ingram is out of the crease, kinda. But Washi does not really try to move out of the way. Now, Connor Ingram's kind of squarely in the crease there now that I look at it. I think this is going to be goaltender interference, guys. But this could be our first scandal of the series. Are you ready to find out if goaltender interference is real or not? Or is it a mythic beast like the Sasquatch? We're not really sure. SLS 98 sends Oilers, Adam and Jesse stream the Jays playoff basketball. So much to watch. Let's go. Oh, they went right to... Oh, they went to commercial, but I want to see more replays. All right, guys, goal or no goal? I'm going to say no goal on that. And producer Drew says everyone got their brooms ready. Hey, listen. Brooms for whomst. For whomst. I'm going to say no goal. Do we say goal on that? Anybody think it's a goal? I'd love to know what you think. Because I feel like that obviously a no goal, right? Am I wrong? Chemo says for sure clear interference. Giggling Cat says Operation Make McJesus Cry is off to a great start. Garner says quack, 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 quack. Difficult to understand that language, but I would assume it's a goal in your mind. Schluty Studio says Jari, as in Jari time. The Game Clown says he's outside the crease. So my question is, how much outside the crease? Because most of his pads are in the crease. He is outside of the crease, but it's like a little bit, right? Giants fan says, I can't watch the Ottawa game. It's not letting me watch. So apparently ESPN has made the Ottawa game available on the East Coast, but not the West. And then some West Coast people are having trouble watching the Oilers Ducks. Bizarre. I don't even understand. Ben says USA broadcasts different versions on there. And here we go. We're back to the game. So this is waved off. The call on the ice is absolutely not. This is no goal. But as you can see, Ingram's right pad is out, but his left pad is in. So I still think this is going to be no goal. Say no goal, kids. No goal. It would have been great if they had just said, hey, we're just coming back and it's no goal, but they just kept us guessing. Anyway, that's a no goal. Turns out goaltender interference, it exists. Only under certain circumstances, though. Oh, Minchikov made a really nice little move there. Didn't have the puck to sidestep a hit. The Game Clown 93 says it's the NHL, so 50-50. Gripper Nation. Feel like that. You never know. And I think we're going to have a penalty here, and I think it's going to be, is it Paling? Paling, or no, it's Troy Terry. Commercial, they have to run another ad. And Troy Terry is going to the box. No, he's not. He was just complaining to the ref. Hard to know what's going on when there's an ad in the middle of play. Listen, I'm all for ads, but in the middle of play, kind of important, especially during the playoffs. Ingram fires that puck around. He doesn't have the same puck handling skills, I don't think, that Lucas Dostal does. Something about those Euro goalies, man. They're always involved in the play. Killorn, Seneca, Shaw. Corralling is Leon Draisaitl, who admittedly does not look as fast as Leon Draisaitl normally looks, but he looks healthy enough to be Leon Draisaitl. And watch out if the Oilers ever get on a power play, man. Kyle says, where's your Ducks jersey, Adam? Believe it or not, I do not own Ducks merchandise. I also don't, other than these Oilers things that we're giving away, I don't have any Oilers gear either. Anime said ESPN put Edmonton Anaheim on ESPNU, their college sports channel that is not on all cable packages. How can you have the Stanley Cup finalists on an ESPNU channel? Man, they're a weird network. I guess because basketball's on too, but like, excuse for not being able to get this going. .38 first, and out come the Oilers. Oh, could have been a very dangerous play there. But and then Paling and Frederick are kind of put. And there's Jake Wallman with that beard. Remember, that beard gets thick throughout the playoffs, but he's got it cut down to a nice trim level to start us off. Miniature Morpheus, imagine if they were still owned by Disney. We'd be on Disney Plus right now. Are they not owned by Disney? I think ESPN's still owned by Disney. It'd be nice if they just, I don't even know why they need ESPN Plus. Just put it on Disney Plus. You know? They want to own everything. It's true. It's true. Mary said, Kings fan here. I would love to think that the Kings could upset the Avs, but I'm not a heroin addict, so I live in reality. But man, listen, that might have been the closest game in that series. I do think it'd be a sweep. I hate to say it, but it kind of feels that way, doesn't it? .7:22 left in the first period. And there's Jackson Lacombe again. He's been a little sneakily active in the play. He's got the puck over to Moore. Shot is kind of weak, intercepted by Bouchard, and out come the Oilers. And that puck is cleared into the stands. 7:05 left in the first. How are we looking on that in that overtime game? I'm assuming that that it's still happening. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to keep switching back and forth. Commercials come on. We'll go to the Sens game just to check in. Mr. Jesse Blake is doing the stream for that one. He's covering the entire Ottawa Senators series. Oilers trying to clear the puck out. Ducks causing a little trouble. There's Chris Kreider back in the playoffs for the first time since losing in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago. For whatever reason, the Rangers were like, this team sucks. You know what our solution is? We're going to trade all the players that made it good, and we are going to get better. and they have not gotten better. They've missed the playoffs 2 years in a row after blaming it on Chris Kreider and Jake Trouba. And look at that. Chris Kreider, Jake Trouba, same team, in it before the Rangers are in it. That's got to feel pretty damn good. Oh! Shot on Dostal, another save. Ducks have kind of calmed down a little bit in their own zone. They're starting to at least contain the Oilers. A little less rush opportunity. This game's becoming a little bit more tight checking. It's not tight checking like Carolina Hurricanes hockey, but it's there. It's good. .558. Puck cleared into the Ducks zone. Dostal gets the puck to Michukov. Gets it up the ice. Seneca along the boards. Puck was stripped. Oilers not able to do much to it, and the puck comes out across the blue line. Roslovic leaves it shot. Nugent Hopkins just put one off of Dostal. Dostal's had the angle on that, but he has been under fire tonight, and he has been sharp as a tack. Nugent Hopkins in the corner against Carlson. Carlson gets the puck loose. Michukov to Seneca. Carlson's got to get it. Bit of a sloppy exit there. Ducks hand it right back to the Oilers, and they're going to go off for changes. It's Ekholm back to McDavid. McDavid trying to take advantage of having some fresh legs. Ducks can't let him by. McDavid behind the net. Out front to Bouchard. And that puck goes off a leg shot from the point. Ekholm and Bouchard both had shots there, but both were blocked. Very dangerous by the Oilers. Smartly, Ekholm just did what you should do, which is, hey, just give it to Connor McDavid, man. Give it to Connor McDavid. That was a great play. McDavid has his head up the whole time, just walks them. And honestly, Bouchard, that went off the inside of Moore's leg, and you got to think that hurt like hell. Woo! By the way, for anybody experiencing internet issues with my stream, it's my fault. We don't know what the problem with the internet is here, but during the intermission, we're going to fix it. So you can blame Rogers for now. They're probably just mad at Steve, and this is their way of getting back at him. It is not Jesse Blake in the next room. I'm watching right now as this overtime is at 5:46. It's absolutely bonkers, and Jesse looks like he's going to pop a couple blood vessels. I'm not going to lie to you. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's been what a game. What a comeback by the Sens. I feel like this one, if the Senators don't win this game, this is going to be a real gut punch, and it'll be hard to come back from. They win this game, though, brand new series. Brand new series, and you at how they've come back, right? Because it was 2-0. Freddie Anderson went 4 periods with allowing a goal, and finally they break through with the first goal. The second goal is a squeaker that probably shouldn't have gone in. Man, brand new series. Brand new series. Brand new series. It's a beautiful thing. In Australia, they became Maccas, and now they've officially adopted the nickname. Really? I didn't know that. Miniature Morpheus says, still love Freddie. I don't love playoff Freddie. I'm going to be honest with you. I get a lot of pushback on that, but I've seen Freddie Henderson in some high leverage games, and let me tell you, not been impressed. But that could always change. That Carolina defense is smothering, man. They can allow Freddie to do his job, which is don't overtax the goalie, keep the shots to the outside. They've done a good job of that so far. So Draisaitl wins the faceoff draw. Nurse with a nice move. Man, look at Darnell Nurse with his dangles there. Lacombe gets the puck up. Granlund gets it stripped, or Gauthier, gets it stripped. Nurse. Oh, Draisaitl alone. Oh, how did that puck end up on Leon Draisaitl's stick? And how did he end up alone with 3 Ducks around challenging him? That is the magic of Leon Draisaitl, everybody. That was crazy. And he had another one of those quick release shots. Little bit to the left, and I think that puck's in the net. Bouchard down low. Minchikov and Carlson. Very interesting pairing. Offensive-minded Carlson. Minchikov still very young. Takes rookies a long time. Not even rookies, just players a long time to mature defensively. In comes Leo Carlson with a move. Great move by Carlson, and he just missed on the backhand going across the crease. But I think Ingram just stayed with him. Didn't give him much to shoot at with that backhand. Still, watch out for Leo Carlson, everybody. This guy, at some point, is going to have a coming out party. The league has been put on notice. I'm a big fan of that player. Oilers. Now, looking up ice, it's the Trent Frederick line. Oh, and they almost create an opportunity here. It's Colton Dock. Gets the puck stripped by Alex Killorn. And out it goes. And this has happened a lot to the Ducks. They get the puck out of their own zone, but they're not able to actually carry play. The Oilers are doing a good job through the neutral zone, interrupting any sort of flow and creating this, another breakaway shot, and that's a goal, and a beautiful goal. Absolutely incredible work. Holy smoke. Wow. Unbelievable passing. The Oilers have had incredible flow all game long. We didn't know if he was going to play. It's Jason Dickinson, the third line center, who's been injured after Leo Carlson barely missed on the backhand. Dickinson is sprung on a nobody picks him up, and he dekes the pants off of wow. And who did? Canes just won in overtime. And the Canes have just made it 2-0 in the series. The Senators, unfortunately, are down 2-0 in this series. Who scored the goal, Aiden? Do we know yet? Jankowski will open the scoring here on a beautiful play. Man, the Edmonton Oilers are looking real strong through this first period. And here they go again. Oh, and they're offside. Oh, they are reviewing the overtime goal. They are reviewing the overtime goal, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't over yet. Could be offside. Look at that Dickinson move. By the way, everybody who is pissed about the Oilers giving up a first-round pick for that, hey, I don't think you're that mad now. You're probably okay with it now. I can't blame you. I had questions too. I had questions. All right, so do we have anything yet? Do we have anything yet? Oh, and I think we got an injury on the ice. Could be a high stick here on Adam Henrique. Henrique's going to go off. And it looks like, yeah, he's going right off the ice into the dressing room. Hope he's okay. I missed that. What happened there? Oh, I think he just tripped on Kapanen. It looks like a knee thing. Oh, I think he just fell weird on his knee, like really hard. But he was able to skate off under his own steam, which is good. Maybe just a bad bruise. But he fell hard on that right knee. By the way, the Ducks were tied for first in the league with 26 comeback wins this year. They're used to playing from behind. Probably not something you want to do long-term. Team. So they're quite comfortable in this position. We'll see if they do something with it. 146. Do we have any shot? Save! Dostal! Another goal! It's Kasperi Kapanen! And that is just a dagger. With 1:39 left in the first, Kasperi Kapanen is able to get his own rebound, and the Edmonton Oilers no, do we have a winner in the Canes game? Still waiting in the Canes game. Kapanen with a great play. Look at that punch. Look at that celly. Trying for a goal, and he gets one right away. This is a guy that basically was almost out of the league completely, established himself with the Oilers last year in the playoffs. And I can remember that's his 9th career playoff goal. I remember his first career playoff goal. It was in game 3, Toronto, Washington, 2016-2017 series. And the Leafs went up 2-1 in that series and promptly they were a young team. Good for Cappy. Good to see him in the league still. Good to see him working so hard. Brian Boyle assisted on that. Brian Boyle. It was that sophomore's in the Matthews era, but that's one of them. That was great. So they say no goal. No goal. The game continues in Carolina. What's that, Hayden? They're saying penalty shot. That be possible if it's a penalty? How would that be? That's not possible. How would he be offside and get a penalty shot? Okay, somebody's going to have to explain that to me. I'm not watching that game. I am watching this very exciting Edmonton Oilers Anaheim Ducks game. Yeah, Hayden's got all the screens open. Someone's going to have to explain this one to me. Draisaitl gets kicked out of the face again. That's his second time already tonight. The Stripes just love to make it about themselves in the playoffs. The fake puck drops, the kicking guys out. Oh, love it. They love it. So it was a delayed penalty before Carolina scored. So I believe the Canes will go on a power play here. And by the way, if you want to, Jesse's stream is still ongoing. But we got an exciting game here. It's a monster. The Oilers with 2 unsung heroes scoring goals. Great to see Kasperi Kapanen get one. Great to see Kasperi Kapanen get one. Jason Dickinson with the first goal. Who, I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, you're just tuning in. Jason Dickinson goal is got some hands. That was a crazy move. Dostal didn't have a hope in hell on that one. Left in the Carolina-Ottawa overtime. Less than a minute here. 46 seconds. Edmonton, Anaheim. Carlson with the puck. Drops it for Minchikov. Minchikov up. Granlund was absolutely crushed as he tried to receive that pass, but the puck got through. The Ducks are going to get offensive zone time before the end of the period. Puck is squirted out back to Lacombe, who fires it back in. Ducks going for a change. What's that, Hayden? It is a penalty shot. Martinook penalty shot. Let me know how it goes, Hayden. I can't believe Jordan Martinook's getting a penalty shot in a playoff game in overtime. Wow. And it's a big save, apparently. And a great first period for the Edmonton Oilers. That wraps up the first. Excellent. That's exactly how the Oilers need to start this against. And listen, the Ducks are, like we said, they're used to playing from behind, and they are playing with house money this year. That are composed, that are strong. They have been there before. And not only have they been there before once, it ain't luck. They've been there before a couple of times. A couple of years ago, second round, was it second round? Yeah, they were out in the second round. Then it's Stanley Cup 2 years in a row. I got to be honest. Listen, I'm going to stay on the air for a little bit here. What's our, Hayden, you let me know when I got to throw to break. But I'm just going to watch a little bit of this Ottawa game with you guys with 2 minutes to go in this overtime. Jesse Blake is doing the stream, by the way. I'm just here to hang out. Hayden, what do we got? Oh, okay. So we've got a Buffalo-Boston recap that I want to run for you. We've got a Pittsburgh-Philly one that we can do later, which will be kind of hilarious considering how the Flyers and Pens game went earlier today. Oh, Stutzla. Oh, it's Montreal. Penguin. And the Canes come in way offside. All right, so here's what we're going to do, Hayden. Let's go to break. We're going to reset the internet, and then we're going to come back. Everybody, go tune into Jesse Blake. We're not shutting this stream down. It will still exist. You're still going to see it's the Montreal thing we're doing right now, Hayden? Okay, we're going to do a little Montreal game recap for you from the STP. I'm going to reset my internet. Hopefully the lag issues go away. Love you all. See you in a sec.
Okay, so listen, yesterday in Buffalo was a party. And we talk about moments games. This was another moments game. But the moment that I need to focus on, that I need you to look at, if you have not seen this already, I got a couple of videos of what happened outside the arena. I mean, this is crazy. There's snow and sleet and rain. And, you could see the fans just going absolutely berserk. And when they score and win the game, look, watch this. The thing that holds them back, it comes down. But in true Western New York style, they pick themselves back up and bring the gate back up.
They bring it up.
That is Buffalo and Western New York to a T.
They're lucky no one was hurt.
They are,
That's
but
crazy.
they're also really nice people. And I just...
Sorry.
Which I think is just very cool. And let's show the Sabres one too, because the Sabres had an even better angle. By the way, I looked at this and I was like, Maple Leaf Sports could never. They could never. It could never be this good. It used to be, but they've messed it up.
They're violently wrecking Maple Leaf Square.
Now, look at this.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Look, they deserve it.
They deserve this.
They deserve it. I'm sure the novelty is going to wear off and I'll hate you soon. But
not this year.
Not this year.
Maybe
no,
in a couple of years when we get tired of you winning.
Yeah, there was a rivalry between the Leafs and Sabres growing up. There isn't now. Leafs stink. You're good. And you haven't been there for 14 years. There's none not to be the old, but there's the saying, act like you've been there before.
Yep.
None of these people have been there before.
Yep.
Look at the people in this shot right here. What's the oldest any of them were for the last time the Sabres were in the playoffs? 10? These people are young.
Yeah.
There's how many 30-year-olds are in that audience? Not a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So you're talking high school at the oldest the last time they were there, and it was a bad game. Bad game until it was the best game they'd ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. It's just incredible. Now, it's important to note, guys, that Sabres got booed. And Toronto fans got a lot of shit last year for booing the Leafs. Booing in Toronto didn't work. It made the Leafs worse. In Buffalo, it fired them up.
Also, it's game one.
It's game one, and they were booing. Now,
booing in game one's crazy.
Early Boston goal, and then they go up 2-0, and it sucks the energy out of KeyBank. But Tage Thompson. Let's talk about Tage Thompson.
All the shots they put on Jeremy Swayman, and that's what beat him. That tiddlywinks little soft backhander, no look.
Yep.
Crazy.
He was the first Sabres player to score a goal in the playoffs since who?
Oh my God, friggin' Pat LaFontaine. I don't know.
Jesse, do you have a guess?
Vanek.
Vanek, great guess.
Is Vanek correct?
No, it is Brad Boyce.
Oh my God.
Brad Boyce.
Assisted by Derek Roy, and Tyler Myers in the dying minutes of the third period, Philadelphia eliminating Buffalo, and that was April 26th, 2011. Chris Pronger played in that game. James Van Riemsdyk scored in that game. Claude Giroux assisted. Danny Briere scored in that game. Mike Richards assisted in that game.
Wow.
It's a long time ago. And I want to talk about stars, and I want to talk about what makes a star and what makes you great. Tage Thompson was undoubtedly, gentlemen, the star yesterday. No disrespect to Matthias Samuelsson who also scored. But as a Leaf fan who has seen so many games melt away in front of the Bruins, it was nice to see it done the other way. And we talk about one of our biggest problems in Toronto was always when we needed our stars to step up, they wouldn't. Buffalo needed their star to step up.
Tage tied it on his own. What else do you want? What else could you possibly want in the whole wide world? That's a performance, man. Can you say, and you're going to be able to say this about so many Sabres just because they have a bunch of longtime guys there and they've never been there, is that the best game of Tage Thompson's life? It's the most impactful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' guy got 2 goals to tie a playoff game, and then they won it at home. It's the best game of his life until the next one.
Until the next one. Yeah. Again, it's a game 1.
Okay.
But I look at that and I go, there's a guy telling everybody I should have been in the playoffs before, and I'm going to take every advantage of being in them now.
I'm him. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Jesse, should we be surprised that a 7-footer was dominant in a playoff game?
No, like he uses that reach to his advantage on that first goal, that wraparound that he sneaks by Swayman. Beautiful stuff. Like he, as you said, Steve, he creates that on his own. The second goal too is what you said he created on his own. But like both of them, I thought just fantastic individual efforts. But this is the Buffalo Sabres hockey they've been playing since December. So we shouldn't really be surprised. I was worried that they would have melted in this moment because so many guys haven't been there. But eventually, as the game went along, they got back to who they were, who they have been over the last couple of months, and that's a team that can score at will. And I was worried if they lost this game that they would lose the series because you get down, you've never been there. Boston has experience. And the Sabres never been there. They're going to get defeated and get down. But the fact that they're able to get their game together and win that one gives me a lot of hope for like a really deep playoff run here. I feel like in this game 1, a lot of could have turned on the series.
Yes.
Like this one to me felt like a really big game 1, and they did it. It was really cool.
On top of the 2 goals, like 7 shots.
Yeah.
For Tage, which is second only to Matt Boldy, who was absolutely insane in his first game. You got to prove it to yourself a little bit, right? That you can do it at this level, and you might as well get it out of the way and get rid of any seed of doubt in game 1.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me, and let me know if I'm off base because this is definitely how it feels. Does Buffalo not have kind of the mindset that they're the underdog? And does Boston not kind of have the mindset that they're not necessarily the favorite, but they're the team who's been here before?
I 100% think the Sabres are in the nobody believes in us territory of hockey team.
Right.
Yeah, they're coming into this being like, we got something to prove. Nobody thinks we're going to get this done. And Boston being the big bad Bruins and like the crest and what that carries, and the Sabres breaking this playoff streak. It's now we're playing with house money. Let's go in there and win something.
Right.
That energy is going to carry them here far. That's why I think it was so important to get that first one and be like, okay, now we know that we can do this. Let's keep it going.
It's a confidence boost. It gives the fans exactly what we're like. I'll be honest with you. I was watching that as a Leaf fan going, even when the Leafs played the Caps and they were this young, fun, upstart team that had surprised everybody, they still would never win. Well, at least never win a game 1. They never won a game. They gave their fans the perfect night. I doubt anybody in Buffalo is working today. Nobody's working. Like this is you should expect productivity levels that are like Bills playoffs.
Hey,
Mix
in a water and bananas.
Yeah. That's what?
That's my hangover cure, water and bananas.
Buffalo, I believe, had 18 comeback wins this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Boston is going to be in a position where they're going to have to, like with the Canadians, they're going to have to be in it every single minute. And I know the Bruins can do that. But I think what's at stake here with Boston, to a lesser extent than Tampa, is the same thing, which is does that Bruins identity with McAvoy and Pasternak and Lindholm and all these guys still there? Zaka's newer to this, but you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Does that brand still exist?
It's got to worry you that, I don't know if Jeremy Swayman can give you a much better game than that.
Right? No, he was good. He was really good.
And it wasn't good enough. Do you look at it and when was Tage's first goal?
It was in the third.
Or
period.
rather, I guess the tying goal.
Third
you
period.
can still allow the first goal.
It was 15:44 of the third period. So you're talking about 6-7 minutes left.
Yeah, man. Oh boy. There's not. It's the margins are so small, but he can't do much better.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot do much better. If you're Boston, maybe you got to tell yourself score effects were a factor, but otherwise, yes, it's a Sabres comeback, but if you look at the stats on the whole, it's like, maybe we just kicked their ass. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it statistically after the game, what did Boston win? Where was Boston the decidedly better team? By the time it's all said and done, Buffalo kind of kicked their ass. It's just the way the order that things happened.
Jesse, does this change? Does that third period come back? Because that's what it is, right? Boston was in control.
Yeah.
Does it change your opinion? And I don't even know where you voted on your Spark here.
I picked the Sabres to win.
You picked the Sabres to win. How many games do you remember?
6, I think.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Does it? I'm assuming it doesn't change your thoughts on where this goes then, because you already picked the Sabres to win.
Yeah, and it gives me a little bit more confidence that they can get this done. They're the better team. Like, if we were just taking how these two teams have played this season, they are the better team. And you're talking about like the comeback victories. They've actually been really dominant when they get up in the games. I think they have a 9.
So they're good at coming back and they're good at dominating you from the beginning.
They have a 9.29 win percentage when they're up, when they lead at the end of the first period. They
Good
went
at winning.
26-2-0 when leading after the first period. This is actually a really good front running team. The only team kind of better than in the regular season, the only team better in the regular season was the Avs, who are 30-0. 30-0-4.
Wow.
30-0-4 after when they're leading after the first period, which is just craziness. But the Sabres are right there with them. So, like, this was your opportunity if you're Boston to steal a game because you got off to that early lead and the Sabres took it away. So, if they get up in these games, like, I this might be a shorter series than we think.
big thanks to Hayden for dropping old screen here. And it's funny because there is an internet box like right beside my my computer here, but it didn't shut off the internet. The internet worked the entire time, even when I shut it off. We have 2 internet packages in here for different floors, but I don't know which one disconnects the need to disconnect, because this one should be the one I'm connected to, and yet it doesn't work. So we may have a bit of a laggy stream here for the second period. And of course, the guy that could fix this is Jesse Blake. He could tell me where that modem is, but unfortunately, our good friend Jesse Blake tied up right now going into a double overtime game with Carolina. So we're going to do the best that we can. Going to ask everybody to be patient, and it's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. We're going to have a good time. I got to say, I'm kind of excited to see who wins this game. The fact that with Carolina and Ottawa, that they had a goal called back, that they had it looked like and the fact that it is still not over. Look at that Oilers 50-50 jackpot, man. $1.2 million. Somebody's going to have a great life-changing moment tonight. Can I just say this too? In Alberta, people actually play the 50-50. Here in Toronto, nobody plays 50-50, but I noticed it when I lived in Calgary. The 50-50s were insane. It would be like, yeah, the Blue Jays 50-50 is crazy, but the Blue Jays made it national. Like, you can sign up for a 50-50 anywhere. Back in the day, like before all these apps and stuff, when I lived in Calgary, do that. It was just whoever was at the game, and it would be $200,000, $300,000 every single night. It was crazy. Underway. Oilers, like, it looked like sorry, say that again. Hayden said Henry questionable return. Interesting. Oh, with a shot, they score. The Ducks scored 19 seconds into the game, and it looks like it was Troy Terry. That's exactly the start the Ducks would want. And that's just bad defensive coverage. One team being ready, the other team not. Ducks kind of gain the zone, and Lacombe makes a great move on Bouchard. First shot goes off Ingram, and Troy Terry's just in the right spot. Nobody picks up number 19. Not a single person, and there were Oilers in the vicinity. That's a good start. Man, I think we got a hockey game here, kids. I was a little worried it might be a blowout, only because this is my first serious game in months. You know, I'm a Leaf fan. I've done a lot of Leaf streams. It's nice to actually see a game that matters. The last thing I would want it to be is a complete blowout, although I'm sure if you're an Oilers fan, you're disappointed. Look at this. So Lacombe makes just a great move. Dickinson tries to cut him off. Carlson made not get the rebound on him. That's crazy. Wow. Not great defensive coverage from the Oilers. One of those early period shifts that you don't. But the Ducks are dangerous. Inside JC, have any wild Edmonton stories from when you lived in Calgary? Absolutely. I think only everybody who's been to Edmonton has a wild Edmonton story. I hung out with my co-host Danae, who is still at Virgin Radio Calgary, took me up to Edmonton with some of her friends who worked at the Bear, which was the big rock station. And Yukon Jack, who was a big radio personality there, I think he still is, had this big party, and he called it the Ryer, and he had all kinds of rye. Everybody was drinking rye all night and playing shuffleboard right around now, and it was still snowing. And I remember I fell asleep on a couch outside, and then it snowed so much that the cover on the couch gave way, and I was all of a sudden asleep and covered in snow. That's my Edmonton memory. Francois Labelle, hi, go Habs, go. Oops, wrong game. That's tomorrow night, sir, with Steve Dangle. But he drops 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Alex says, Ducks defense may suck, but the Oilers defense and goalie suck. I don't think the Oilers defense sucks that bad. Like, I think they get a bad rap, but that's a pretty good defensive core there. I think that's a lot of puck watching. Oh, Leo Carlsson with an interception. And there he is, 2-on-1 with Terry again. Carlsson with a shot. Oh, and Ekholm made a great defensive play to make sure Carlsson couldn't get a clear shot at Connor Ingram. Troy Terry was there open as well, but Ekholm made sure to block that passing lane. Great play. See? Good defense. Hines in his 7th ever NHL game. To Gudis. Gudis ices the puck in, but it actually hits Wallman. And Wallman's going to carry this one up. In comes Leon Draisaitl. And a shot from the point. Dostal through traffic, as he did so many times in the first period. Makes a great save. And we are still not back when it comes to the Canucks. The Canes and Ottawa Senators are playing in their second OT in mere minutes. Jesse Blake is streaming that one. We got some great hockey to start. Steve had a great stream. Jesse had a great stream this weekend. This is my first stream. 18 minutes left here. People are asking for timestamps. I think we have them, right, Hayden? Don't we have timestamps? The clock is there. We have the clock. You don't need timestamps. We got it. Ducks. Moore forces a turn. Back up and get that puck. That fourth line, really, that was a good forecheck. Brock Besser says, Jesse's stream is going to end later than yours, Adam. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, so it's going to be, does anybody get a penalty here? No. Oh, it's Wallman with the penalty for tripping. That's wild. He should have probably not got a penalty. We'll see how this it's so strange for a team that scored as much as they did, but they had a bottom third power play this year. I think they were 23rd or 24th in the league. With the firepower they have up front, you think eventually they're going to figure this out. But the regular season was the time to figure it out. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. Troy Terry already with a goal this period has his shot blocked. Carlsson acquired just for this type of moment from the Washington Capitals this spring. Shot out front. Granlund with a save. Great setup from Leo Carlsson, but Ingram with a great save. Carlsson. Down low to Granlund to Carlsson. Out front. There's a rebound. And, Connor Ingram able to make the save. Leo Carlsson used big body and great playmaking skills. Mr. C37, as a Canucks fan, I didn't know we made it. I know, I'm sorry. My first series ever was the Canucks, which is probably why I default to it. My first 2 series. And then I switched to Oilers after they beat the Canucks. Oh, Nurse just gave Carlsson a nice punch to the face, and then Carlsson got the glove wash. A little disrespect there. Second line power play for the Ducks out now. Little thinner than the first, let's be honest. Lacombe. Oh my goodness. I'm getting my just everything's wrong in the computers on my end. Here comes McDavid. Short-handed, looked like he was going to break through. Oilers are offside though. And here we go. Ducks, 43 seconds left on their power play. This is a key moment for them. Try to tie this game up. Killorn drops it to Lacombe. And that puck is turned over. Darnell Nurse is going to carry. We got a 3-on-2 all of a sudden. Shot in. Bit of a sneaky one. Dostal had to make a quick save. shot out front, and a good save by Connor Ingram. Killorn just let that one rip, and out come the Oilers. It's Connor McDavid versus Karlsson. Big save by Dostal. Man, Connor McDavid on the short. That's just not fair, Connor McDavid killing penalties. That speed is just blistering. 15:35 in the second period. Karlsson. Lacombe to Karlsson. Shot in. Penalty is over. Oh, and there's a giveaway out front, and the Ducks tie it up on a brutal giveaway. Oh, Leo Carlsson with the goal. And after such a great penalty kill, back to 5-on-5, and Leo Carlsson puts the puck in the net. This is just down to rebound control and defensive play. So watch this. So they're going to show McDavid here in a sec. And you see how close McDavid came. Dostal stood tall on that. And then you're going to see the Oilers give the puck away on a give. It would literally just, that is, oh my God. You know what? Listen, Oilers fans get on us for giving Bouchard shit. That is Evan Bouchard, bad defense 101. That's brutal. Absolute. Leo Carlsson converts, and we have a tie game. Giggling Cat dropping 20 SDPN memberships and then dropping 10 more. Oh, and when another opportunity for the Ducks here. They have tied this game in the first 5 minutes of the second period. It was all Oilers in the first, all Ducks through the first quarter of the second period. Hey, Giggling Cat, thank you for dropping so many SDPN memberships. And let me tell you this, Giggling Cat is a Cats fan. So I have a feeling that every time the Ducks score, she's going to be thrilled about it. That Bouchard giveaway is going to go viral on Twitter. You guys know that. That was brutal. Giggling Cat, quack, can't help but still like it when the Oilers hurt themselves. Oh, wow. You know, the first goal you can see, but just for Bouchard to mishandle that puck, I don't want to harp on it, but that was critical. And you know what? Would have liked a nice cover up by Connor Ingram there. That was bad. Whew. Holy moly. We've seen as many goals in 1.5 periods, Hayden says, as Jesse has in 5. That's true. Killorn is now going to the box. This is dangerous. The Edmonton Oilers with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman to the power play on a stupid trip by Killorn. That penalties are a killer. You cannot do that against the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know what he's thinking there. All right, here we go. Oilers to the power play for the first time this series. Draisaitl is going to take this face off, and he wins it back to Bouchard. Along the line, he's out there with McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, and Draisaitl. These guys have been to 2 Stanley Cup Finals and actually closed the deal. I almost said Bouchard. It was Draisaitl who tried to get the puck in, but it actually went off a leg and went right to the net, even better than he could have expected. Puck is now out and in the Oilers zone. McDavid carries it through the neutral zone, gets the puck tripped up at the blue line, and back go the Oilers corralling again. Bouchard to McDavid across the red line. McDavid crosses the blue line, and they are offside because an Anaheim player was able to get that stick in there and stop him up. Heather, the Avs fan, says, I am double streaming, changing channel. Double streaming is fun, changing channels is not. I know. Creamy Wheat said, I'm driving back to Ontario from Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm sad. I'm assuming you were at the games. They were tough games. They were tough games. The Penguins they look off their game. There's something very un-Penguin about the way they played the first 2 games in this series, but it ain't over yet. Hayden said something's wrong when Crosby doesn't look good twice in a row. I think he's right. McDavid to Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins to Draisaitl, and Draisaitl fired one, but he kind of fanned on it. Out come the Ducks. They're going to clear, Minute left on this power play. Ducks, had a bit of a slow change. The Oilers almost took advantage. Draisaitl had the puck. McDavid keeps it in. He has the puck intercepted and throw it down the ice. 12:49 left in the second period. There's 45 seconds left on this very long-feeling power play. If you're a Ducks fan, you're sweating a little bit right now. These are the things you don't want to do. Take an offensive zone penalty against the Edmonton Oilers. Some penalties you can't help. That you can help. 30 seconds to go. They've done a pretty good job clearing here. 22 seconds to go. McDavid through the blue line. Intercepted again. The Ducks have had some answers here. They have had some answers. Now, Oilers power play has been off and on this year. I think they're 20th. Are they 20th? Hayden, can you check that stat? I feel that feels wrong to me. Oh, the power plays first in the league. They're PKs. That's what it was. So, yeah, the Ducks have just managed to do something that's very difficult to do, which is kill off an Oiler power play. I didn't realize that the Oilers were first in the league. Damn. I haven't looked this up before the game, but I immediately forgot it. There are 30% on the power play. That's bonkers. Wallman. And Carlson drops it for Gudas. Gudas with a shot and a good save by Connor Ingram through traffic. Whew. K8 says, so much salt in this stream. Must be Toronto fans. Is there salt in this stream? I have not sensed any salt. I've been having a good time. I think you just got here. And I think you're making stuff up. One says, Oiler blowout, calling it now. Well, they better get started. It's looking not great in the second period for the Oilers. I'm sure they can turn it around. They absolutely dominated the first. I'm looking at Jesse's stream right now. We are midway through the second intermission with the Canes and Ottawa Senators. No goals yet. One goal called back in the first. I believe it was Jalen Chatfield who scored, but then had the puck called back, and then had a penalty shot, and then that didn't go in, and that's all we got so far. Now, let's talk about the Dallas and Minnesota game. Hayden, what's the score there? 2-1 Dallas on who? So the Dallas Stars are up 2-1. Okay. All right. So, Stars. Brock Besser says, I'm salty. Cho one, Mom, Adam read my. Do that. I am known to do that. Aim Dog, Adam, how you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm excited. It's nice to be awake and alive for a game that actually matters. It's been so long. It's so painful doing these streams when the games don't matter, right? And that, luckily enough with the Leafs, the games always had kind of mattered until this season. Dude, I'm telling you, this is so refreshing. So nice to see the Oilers and Ducks going at it. This is an exciting game. The game actually counts for something. Come on. Doesn't get much better than that. Whatever Joe Quenneville told the Ducks at right before the beginning of the second period, it seems to a lot stronger. Aside from a bad Killorn penalty, they've controlled a lot more of the play and were able to neutralize McDavid on the PK, which was really good. Listen, you can only contain the guy. You're never going to be able to hold him off forever, but they were able to interrupt his flow a little bit, which was good. And Draisaitl looks every bit the Leon Draisaitl we remember, despite being out for a month. He's just a mutant. He's a guy who can do that, and he almost had a bit of a steal for a breakaway just there. Carlson up to Seneca. Seneca trying to make a move in. Killorn with the shot. That goes off a leg and high into the netting. And we're getting an offensive zone face-off with the Ducks. Night Run said, silly season idea. To scare Steve. Matthews gets traded from the Leafs to the Caps. The Sens trade Brady to the Caps and McDavid Caps from the all 3 plus Ovi. I don't know that the Washington Capitals would have a first-round pick ever again. I don't know how likely that scenario is. I don't know a team that can pay that many assets. Big shot from the point, big save from Connor Ingram. And out come the Oilers. It's Podkolzin, Kapanen, and Draisaitl. Kapanen had the Oilers' second goal in the first period. And man, you go back and watch his celebration. He couldn't have been more excited about it. Just a total fist pump. Draisaitl with a shot. That is blocked. He's looked dangerous all night. Draisaitl's carrying the puck up. Starting to look a little bit more at home, but he has that puck intercepted by Killorn. Oh, Seneca tried to find Granlund, but I think he just forced the play a little too much. And out come, the Oilers read that perfectly, out come the Ducks coming back into. It's a lot of back and forth in the neutral zone. Seneca, shot! Good save by Ingram. Seneca. Great skating through the neutral zone. This is going to be his third reload of this same shift. Puck over. Finds Killorn. Big save by Connor Ingram. Connor Ingram. Dostal's looked sharp at the other end, and it's Connor Ingram's turn to show why they acquired him, and he's looked really good. Yes, a couple of goals, but both of them were rebounds that he really couldn't. I mean, maybe a little more rebound control on his part, but let's be honest. He didn't have a great chance at either of them. Richard Triofino says, which stream ends first, Jesse or Adam? That's a no. Evan says, Jake Sanderson has 41 minutes of ice time already tonight. He will not be the only one. I would love to know what Jake Slavin's played. Anime Cowboy, still waiting to see this game in the U.S. on the West Coast, PSA. It's 11:30 p.m. for Carolina for Hurricanes fans. Yeah. Well, it's actually 11:40. I'm in the East too, you know. Jake Slavin has played 33 minutes and 13 seconds, so not quite as much as Mr. Sanderson, but Mr. Sanderson's a little younger. McDavid with a shot. And Washi is able to get in the way of that. Mary Walt said Shane Pinto was one-on-one with Freddie, and he hit the crossbar. You know what? We're going to commercial here, so let's move over to the Sens game just very quickly. Also, enter for the there's a link in the description. We want you to win a pullover, a branded Edmonton Oilers pullover for you from us, just for watching the game and hanging out and being cool. We're going to pick a winner at some point at the beginning of the game. If you don't get signed up now, do it before the end of the second intermission because we'll be drawing a winner. And here comes Taylor Hall. In, shot, big save by Linus. Man, it's got to be crazy in Carolina tonight. So you can win that pullover, a.k.a. sweater with hoodie. Link is in the description. Make sure you sign up. Carolina running around in the Sens zone here. I'm not trying to take away from Jesse, but we got to watch this. Wow. The fans are going berserk in there. And that's it. It's over. And it's Martinook who had the, that's just the dagger for the Senators. I'm going to let you tune into Jesse for that. I can't take this away from him. Yeah, Martinook was the guy with the penalty shot, and he is the guy with the double OT winner. That is an absolute dagger for the Senators, who played a great game tonight. That was a tough game. This series is far from over, but that one is going to be a dagger for them. And back to Oilers hockey we go. Canes win. Canes win, and good thing the commercial break happened when it did. We wouldn't have seen it. Damn. I was 40 seconds ahead of Jesse. Well, it's because I've got cable. So did I get the call before Jesse did? That's funny. That's pretty funny. All right. Here we go. Dickinson might be going to the bench hurt. We're not sure if it's equipment or not, but Jack Michaels just said on the broadcast it could be. They're keeping an eye on the bench. It looks like he could be hurt. I hope he's not. Already scored a goal tonight. McDavid. Puck is just kind of flying around in the Edmonton zone. Ducks doing a great job of creating a little bit in this period. Things they were not doing in the first. Edmonton kind of had the run of the whole mill. Oh, big save there by Lucas Dostal. Both goalies have looked really sharp tonight. I got to say, they're stopping a lot of shots through traffic, especially Dostal. A lot of good point shots from the Oilers, but not to take anything away from Connor Ingram. The shots that he has faced have only been 13 of them. The shots he has faced have not allowed. Both of them have been rebounds. Tough plays to make, like rebounds that went a little bit wide and crazy. Giggling Cat said, Adam, why didn't you go and look sooner? I should have. I absolutely should have. Boom. Work on his mic. When he screams, it sounds terrible. We'll have to let him know. Hayden said it's the pitch at which Jesse screams. He does have a very grating scream. I have to say that about my friend Jesse. He could screech your eardrums out, man. It's crazy. Yeah, Mike's can't pick that up. You're right, Hayden. You're absolutely right. 7:37 left in the second. Trouba gets the puck out. Back to the Oilers. When the Oilers were controlling play in the first period, they were forcing the Ducks, even when they turned over the puck, they forced the Ducks to kind of just turn it back over to them in the neutral zone. That's happened a lot less through this second period, but it is happening now. And this Kapanen, Podkolzin, and Draisaitl line has had some really great opportunities, not just in the first, but in the second too. Bouncing puck handled by Dostal. Puck goes out to the neutral zone. Again, the Oilers are able to reset, and reload. Wallman. Puck is up. Bad pass because the Oilers were conducting a change. Should have just probably held back, but he got lucky there. Wallman. Pass through the zone. That goes off Colton Dock's stick and immediately into the netting. And the face-off will come out just outside. Man, crazy game. Crazy game in Carolina. Crazy game here. Been a really exciting one. Hayden, you make sure that you get a hold of Jesse Blake so we can fix this internet. He said he was going to call when the stream is over, and I'm in intermission. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll go straight to the clip right at intermission here in about 6 minutes of play, and we'll be able to fix this buggy thing. People are asking live shows in their towns. Which towns? Oh, and also we don't. Barrie, Woodstock, and Vaughan. Well, listen, we can do that. Gudas is just. Do you think Radko Gudas is going to get nasty in this playoff series the way he was nasty when he was with the Panthers? I wonder about that. Sports Talk Chud said, I don't sleep. Adam taught me coffee is all you. We're staying up late together. And my internet sucks right now, but we're going to get it sorted out. .625 left in the second. Oilers with the offensive zone faceoff. McDavid against the the Ducks' fourth line. I don't think Connor McDavid's ever played on the Edmonton fourth line. You know, that goal that tied things up, a terrible Bouchard giveaway. You get the feeling that he's going to factor in to, if there is a game-winning goal from Edmonton, it feels like Bouchard's going to be a part of it. He's going to want that one back. Sedin Magic 15. Hey, Gripper Nation, are we loving Elliot? By the way, we're welcoming everybody in from the Canes and Sens game. Just tuning in, Blake, for 5.5 periods. Was it 5.5? 4.5 periods. Heck of a stream by Jesse. He always gets the long games, doesn't he? 18-inning Blue Jays game in the World Series, and here we go. We got a breakaway shot by McTavish. And Nurse gives him just Nurse. It's like, you know what? You for shooting on our cross-check. It was dumb. I think he's going to take, but I don't think he got it. Is it because he got turnstiled? What happened here? So this again comes off of McDavid rushed. One of the other goals actually came off of McDavid rush too. Yeah, so McTavish, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so McTavish had a little dig in there on Connor Ingram. I get why Nurse got pissed. I get it. Yeah, lots of new people coming in from Jesse Blake's stream. Welcome. Having a little bit of internet trouble tonight, but we're going to sort that out in the second intermission. So you're going to get a better stream quality. But for the meantime, pretend that it's the late 1990s and we've got dial-up internet, and if somebody calls the house, the entire internet system shuts down. That used to happen for me. I'm not even kidding. I remember thinking like, what the hell is the internet for? All I do is look at TSN. There was nothing to do on the internet back then. Rogers throttling Adam's internet. Confirmed. Probably are, those guys. Dangerous. I got to tell you, for anybody that's here watching the game, die for it on the ice kind of game. Like they, from the first face-off, both teams went hard. And I think it's, I got to give the Sens credit. They finally broke the Freddie Anderson code, but they just, the Canes are doing such a great job of preventing the Sens' physicality from taking over. And you're seeing a lot of guys, like I look at a guy like Tim Stützle, who's going to be so important if the Senators are going to win this series or even get back into this series. Is he getting a lot going? Is he big enough, strong enough? Does he play that kind of a game? City Magic 15, does that mean we're getting an Evan Bouchard corner on the next pod? Oh, yeah. Especially if the Oilers lose. This could be that goal was all on him. Nurse, Nurse could give McTavish a shove here, but drawing a penalty or taking a penalty after that play is kind of stupid. That's not, listen, the Ducks power play is not that dangerous. They're 23rd in the league this year. But they had some good opportunities on their first power play, and it just burns people. Oh, they score! They score 5 seconds in. The Ducks have taken the lead. Forget what I said. Troy Terry's second goal of the night on a Darnell Nurse ill-advised power play. Penalty, I guess. And it sneaks through traffic, sneaks through Ingram, and wins the faceoff. They get the puck back to Carlson, who finds Terry, and he just shoots. And Kreider is in front of the net the whole time. You cannot see when Chris Kreider is in front of thee. Oh, what a period this has been. The Ducks came into this period, for anybody that didn't know, Oilers completely dominated play in the first period. Ducks came into this period 2-0. They scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, and with just about 5 minutes to go in the second, have taken the lead. Giggling Cat, a longtime Florida Panthers fan, just keeps dropping SDPN memberships every time the Ducks score. Oh, baby. That, again, so that's 2 defensemen who've directly led to goals 2 and 3. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you might want to look it up. One of the aggregator accounts will have it, like Gino Hart or Feature Report. Ed Bouchard for goal number 2 to Leo Carlson was crazy. This penalty by Darnell Nurse, who should know better, also crazy. 2 Oiler defensemen who should know better, who've created this, and that has to sting. Now, it's the Oilers. Are we worried? We're not worried. They'll figure this out. But the Ducks, who are a team that are used to playing from behind, have come from behind and taken the lead. This is their game. And don't forget, we do have an Oilers pullover for you to win. Sign up right now. Link is in the description. Get yourself entered for this. Canada only, excluding Quebec because they have weird laws. And if you're mad about us not being able to give away stuff in the States, I'm mad about it too. Talk to the president. He's got to cut that shit out, okay? It's too much money to send south of the border. It's like $80 million. 4:37 left in the second period. Draisaitl, who has looked pretty darn dangerous for the Oilers, had an almost breakaway despite somewhat limited mobility. I mean, he's looked like Leon Draisaitl tonight. He's just got to get this line going. And again, this Podkolzin, Kapanen, Draisaitl line, they've looked pretty good. Kapanen's already got a goal. There's McDavid by the net out front. Oh, it's Savoy, just missed one. And it bounces into Dostal, who's able to catch it out of midair right against the Ducks logo on his chest. Alex799, McDavid's calling his agent an intermission. I don't know about that. This game's not over yet. Giggling Cat, the past 2 years have trained me to spend money that I make to, the past 2 years have trained me to spend money to make the Oilers cry. It's the only thing I agree with Drew on. Also, stop threatening me with that Oilers shirt. Can you imagine if Cat won that? That'd be great. Cat is a Panthers fan and is just here for the LOLs. Swaggy Pie. Swagapie? Sounds like a Pokemon. David McNo-Rings, and we are working on the Orange Man. I guess you're an American. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Bouchard to Nuge. Oilers on the power play here, and they had the #1 power play in the league, although Anaheim was able to stop the first one. This one, the Oilers, are going to want it. Bouchard at the point to Draisaitl. Down low to McDavid. Back to Draisaitl shot. Big save by Dostal. Doesn't have the rebound outside the other way. Nuge almost had a wide open, yawning cage. McDavid. Bouchard. The skating between those two is just so unbelievable. The mobility. Oh, McDavid got it to Draisaitl in his office, but Draisaitl fanned on that shot. Good start to the Oiler power play. Lots of great opportunities. Look at this. Look at that give and go. McDavid, Draisaitl, perfect. Dostal has stalled it. He's going to have to series, and the puck did actually get into the blue paint after that. Just not able to put it home. And then Draisaitl here would have had a pretty good shot. Dostal was in position, but who knows if he would have got into the right position to stop a shot like that. 3:26 remaining in the second. We got a face-off at center ice. .322 left. Bouchard carrying the puck up to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins keeps it deep. Hyman after it, pumping hard. Draisaitl along the boards to McDavid. McDavid and Draisaitl, another great play. And I think that shot just either hit a leg or it went wide. Either way, it did not hit the goaltender. But a great play, great vision by those two. Puck now dumped. And Bouchard back to collect this. You have to wonder if the Oilers are going to put their second power play in a goal here. They are. There's Nuge again. Nope, it's McDavid. It's Nugent Hopkins. It's Hyman and Draisaitl and Bouchard. The Stanley Cup core. Well, the Stanley Cup finalist core right now, to be technical about it. But we all think it's going to happen at some point. Bouchard. 8 seconds to go on this power play. McDavid trying to get one back before the period is over. It's been nothing short of a disaster period for the Edmonton Oilers. But they played a great first period, so I guess period totals are 1-1. And that is blocked by the Oilers defender and into the crowd. 1:53 remaining in the second. And that is the second Oiler power play that the Ducks have killed. one of the things that they're trying to do is prevent Connor from going on any sort of rush. When they do clear it, which they barely did on that, they want to make sure that McDavid is not able to catch speed from his own goalie and into their zone, because they really don't have a lot of answers for that. Dickinson, who looked like he could have been hurt earlier in the game, is back on the ice. He's A-okay. But you know who is hurt? Adam Henrique. He's questionable to come back tonight. He fell hard on his right knee. It didn't look like anything more than just potentially a bad bruise, but he was in pain, still able to get off the ice on his own steam, which is a good sign. Dickinson through center. Puck goes deep. Frederick. Carlson captures it. Puck to the neutral zone. Back in go the Oilers. This is what they do when they're controlling play. The Ducks were getting all for out, and the Oilers were. They haven't been able to do that and impose their will as much in this period. Still have a lot of shots, though. 26-17 are the shots in favor of the Oilers, and 57 seconds to go in this period. Victor Mento coming in from Jesse Stream. Amazing night, Adam. Hey, it's been an amazing night of hockey. So glad you're all here. We're going to have some fun because this third period is going to be a banger. Gauthier gets the puck down low in the Oilers zone. The Oilers have possession. Nurse to Kapanen. Back to Nurse. Nurse with a shot. Oh, that was sneaky. Snuck by Dostal. I think it went off a post. Nurse trying to get one back after that penalty allowed Troy Terry to get his second goal of the game, and that was the go-ahead. 13 seconds to go. That would have been a dagger with less than a minute to go, but it did not go in. 9 seconds. Bouchard with a shot. That's blocked by Carlson. Trouba, I mean. That's 65, not 61. And the Ducks, shockingly, 3 unanswered goals in the second period. 2 of them in the first 5 minutes. That's exactly the kind of response Joe Quenneville would have wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to line ourselves up for a very sexy and exciting third period. Now, I'm going to leave you early because our Wi-Fi has just stunk ass tonight. So we're going to play a clip. I'm going to be back for the beginning of the third period. Let me get this thing sorted out. Love you all. See you in a second.
I'll blast. Montreal, Tampa, absolute banger. Steve, you had a great stream during.
Oh, that was so fun.
Was it nice to do a game that mattered?
Yes. First of all, yes. It was nice to do hockey that mattered. And as advertised, Montreal, Tampa, I think is going to be a dogfight. It's going to be back and forth. There's going to be... those are just 2 complete hockey teams.
Yeah.
Really mind their P's and Q's. Like at the beginning of the third period, I think the shots were 23-19 for Tampa. And I was like, it definitely feels like a way more exciting game than that. And of course it ended that way, but it was entertaining, skilled hockey that didn't sacrifice anything to get there. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
It wasn't necessarily fire wagon hockey. It was just a great product.
Now, we all know by this point, and if you don't, you got to update yourself here. Juraj Slafkovsky, overtime winner, completes the hat trick. And here's the craziest thing. I love this stat. This is from Habs and High Heels. Juraj Slafkovsky becomes the 3rd youngest player in Habs history with a hat trick behind Bernie Geoffrion, who invented the slap shot.
That's boom boom.
Invented the slap shot. And Howie Morenz, who was like the original Wayne Gretzky, Connor McDavid of like the 1920s and 30s. I'm pretty sure Howie Morenz
played 100 years ago.
Yeah, literally 100 years ago. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he was around for the forward pass rule. Like, I'm not sure.
No, he probably played at least a few seasons without it. Boom Boom, I did not invent it, but he popularized
it.
He
popularized it.
Yeah, I can't remember who invented it.
Okay.
But that's insane company.
It's crazy.
That kid's nuts. Like, really, very often you see the cross crease pass and it's a bomb from, you think of guys who are so good at it. And
Draisaitl's always the one for me.
Draisaitl, Kucherov, Stamkos, List goes on and on. He doesn't crank the thing. It's just off his stick. Just immediately off his stick. I don't know how much time the puck actually spent on his stick for all 3 goals combined, but it was probably less than a second.
The entire time the puck was on his stick, his stick was in motion, catching and leaving.
Yeah, and he's not winding up all the way. It's just a snap and it's gone.
It's beautiful. I want to talk about some of the moments from this game, because this was a moments game. There are lots of games that go by and you're like, well, that you take the game on the whole, but this had real drama and back and forth and chaos. And Jesse, I want to start with the high stick.
Oh my God.
Question mark? High stick that we thought John Cooper, we thought Tampa was going to the box, but it turned out not to be.
Yeah. And John Cooper complained about it.
And do you think that John Cooper, in his persuasive lawyer techniques, do you think he got into the heads of the refs, or do you think they made the right call?
I think people like agreeing with John Cooper.
Uh-huh.
I think when John Cooper says something, he has a very persuasive way of saying things, and they like agreeing with him.
That to me is one of those examples of, okay, that might be how the rule is written. I'm not sure, but that's asinine. We all understand that's completely asinine, right?
Yep.
How many?
Explain what happened for anybody that might have missed it.
So Brandon Hagel interfered with Caden Gooley. Caden Gooley's stick is high, but because of the interference from Brandon Hagel, he whacks Braden Point in the face with his stick. It's originally called 2 minutes interference against Hagel. That's a Habs power play, and it turns into 2 minutes against Brandon Hagel, 4 against Gooley, which is then a Tampa power play. And I'm like, John Cooper's a Jedi. Like, the power he has over officials. I was talking to Habs fans, and I was just like, Tampa for 4 to 7 games, though. And it's all the same reaction. Both Florida teams are exhausting for completely different reasons. You know, Tampa is obviously very dogged, and they can do the rough stuff too. Biggest litigators in the league. I've said it for years. It's absolutely crazy. How many levels removed is what happened from Brandon Hagel simply grabbing Caden Gooley's stick and hitting his teammate with it?
It's not. I mean, there's an intended action with that. This one seemed completely accidental, right? So there is.
Yeah, but it's an infraction.
And the result is the same.
The infraction caused the additional infraction. Well, you got to be in control of your stick. Well, that's not true. You put a caveat on it. Brandon Hagel cannot simply grab Caden Gooley's stick and then hit Braden Point with it. Okay, so so there is a line. All right, can we go further? If you do something that's against the rules and it causes my stick to hit your teammate, I shouldn't get 4 minutes for it. That's asinine. That's so stupid. And the refs disagreed. They said, no, that's actually very smart.
Jesse, do you agree with Steve, or do you agree with the John Cooper school of thought that this should have been a penalty?
I'm like, Hagel also got 2 for interference.
Yes,
on that play.
He did get his interference.
It was a Habs power play that turned into a Tampa power play, which is just Jedi mind trick.
Yeah. I was trying to bring it up here again so we could go through it, but I think the refs got it right by the letter of the law,
which is what will cover their ass,
which
right?
is like, that's fine.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the letter of the law is so dumb.
Lightning fans are already steamed this morning that they lost this game, and so when they see
win the game, like, I don't know,
I like
that's the sequence there.
Like, so watching it back, Caden Gooley's stick hits Braden Point in the face because of Brandon Hagel, beginning, middle, end.
Right,
and I just think that's weakness in the rule.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
That is a weakness in the rule. Now something I did say after the stream, and I was either right for the wrong reasons or wrong for the right reasons. I can't decide.
All right.
I said John Cooper is going to manipulate the story of this game to be about the calls in the game. Now he did, but not for the reasons that I thought.
And we have the clip, and we are going to play it. Do you want to go to that now? I mean, like we can.
I suppose we could.
We could go to the
post
clip.
game?
Yeah,
The post.
instead
Okay, I want to show this first.
Show this first.
Okay.
This is the screen grab, and you'll see right there. Okay, looking back at it now, a couple of 24 hours, fresh minds.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a case to be made that the stick was going for the head before Hagel got in the way?
Yes, but it bangs Point in the face, causing damage and causing the extra 2 minutes, so 4-minute double minor, because of Hagel. It would have just been this limp thing that Point maybe goes, and like a little head back or whatever. But he's walking.
That's 2 minutes.
Okay, fine. Which isn't a Tampa power play, right? Which is what they got at.
Yeah, because Hagel gets the interference, and then
There's an argument that I'll listen to that this should have been a wash, right? Where it's 2 minutes for Hagel, 2 minutes for Gooley. Okay, fine. But it's 4. And the reason it's 4 objectively is Brandon Hagel. He's the reason it hit him so hard.
Because Gooley's getting interfered with. Yeah,
because this limp stick he's holding at the top one-handed has nowhere to go, so it just goes wha-bang into the guy's face.
Yeah. No, I was originally on your side, and watching it back, I'm trying to convince myself of the Tampa side, but I think you're right. I think it should have been a wash in this whole thing.
I can live with a wash.
Yeah.
What makes absolutely no sense to me is Tampa coming out of that with a power play. That's ridiculous.
Fair.
That defies logic. It's being difficult for no good reason. What are we doing?
We can go to the John Cooper clip now, but I do want to talk about Josh Anderson's disallowed goal as well. So
Sure.
we can. Do you want to go to
Another big moment in the game?
You want to go to Cooper, Jesse? It's the first. It's the.
Sure, yeah, we can play Cooper.
It's right here.
I thought he wasn't going to let Montreal have the victory, and he wasn't going to let Tampa have the loss.
And I think he played this absolutely perfectly.
I do too.
What
I
you're
do
going to
too.
see here is you're going to see the first minute 04. I think that the NHL was a little bit late in streaming this media avail.
So we can't play this video. We can play the audio here. So
Okay, we'll play the audio. That's
don't
fine.
play the video here. Here's John Cooper talking.
I mean, come on, we took 4 offensive zone penalties. You just look at them. I mean, that's not over aggression. That was like stupidity in a lot of them. So that was on us. That was a game that we just gave them an opportunity to win. And this is the Stanley Cup playoffs. This isn't game 62. So that is extremely disappointing in the way we, conducted ourselves in the amount of penalties we took. Now let's be honest. We go 3 for 6, whatever it was. So if you're going to kill penalties off at 50%, then you're probably not going to last very long. But if you're killing penalties off at 50% when you only give up 2, so it's 1 for 2, okay, well, maybe you can survive. But you can't let that happen. So that's on us. There's no excuses, nothing.
All right, we'll leave it there.
So that is similar to something he did to the Leafs, which is, yeah, sure, they won, but it's because of us.
We gave them the opportunity.
We gave them the default, we're the better team. And what we did, he just
He's
conducts this orchestra.
Guys, he's going to be featured on this show until Tampa's out. Like, there is nothing better
he's
than
a
a John
genius.
Cooper press conference. It's the greatest thing. It's must-watch television.
Last night, like watching that, like if that Caden Gooley sequence happened to the Leafs, I'd be hospitalized. Like the fact he's never won a Jack Adams is malpractice.
Yeah.
From everyone who covers the sport. I don't know who votes on the Jack Adams. I don't know if it's the writers or the GMs or what. Doesn't matter. It's malpractice.
Whoever it is, they're wrong.
I'm sorry to take you away from the felines, but I needed to come back and tell you that Jesse Blake got off his stream and he called me and he said, "How can I fix your life, Adam?" And I said, "Well, Jesse, we don't have all night, but could you start by fixing my internet?" And he did, I think, maybe. I don't know if the stream is lagging at all for you, but we've tested it, and it looks like it's okay. So we're going to be hanging out for the last period of this Oilers game. We're going to find out. Although it could go to overtime. You never know. I've never really, I think the latest Hayden and I have ever done overtime, I think we got into a Edmonton, Vancouver double overtime. And I want to say it was like game 5 or game 6 of that series a couple years ago. But Jesse gets into late games all the time. Steve got an overtime game against Montreal. Against Montreal versus Tampa. We're not against anybody. Nobody's got a dog in this fight here. And then today, Jesse gets double overtime. Remember, Jesse did the 18-inning World Series 7-hour stream. 7 hours. And me, I'm just like, well, all my games end on time. Anyway. So I made a double espresso. I'm feeling a little sluggish. I got to get used to this schedule again. Like, I know everybody on the West Coast is like, what? It's only like, 9 o'clock. It's midnight for me, and I'm a dad, and that's late. But anyway, I'm kind of excited about this because we're going to be hanging out late night with each other the rest of the playoffs. And this has been a great game, and I think it's going to be a fun series anyway, no matter where it goes. But, it's just two teams that love to score goals, and the playoffs can be super boring. First series I ever did was Vancouver versus Nashville a couple of years ago, and Nashville played this ugly, smothering defense, and they kept limiting the Canucks to like 12 shots a game. Canucks won the series, but it was painful. So this is fun. This is fun. Anime Cowboy back on 720p, and it looks great. Let's go. Let's go. I hope the lag. If there's any lag, just refresh the page too. There's a lot of construction in our area, which is why we suspect we're having issues. We might need to go into look into doing Starlink or something like that. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll figure it out. Leo Carlson with the puck. Remember, the Ducks scored early last period. Carlson with the shot. No goal this time. By the way, we've been giving away something on this stream every single game. I'm going to have things for you to look at and get. And today it was the orange pullover. And everybody wants to know who won. Everybody wants to know who won the orange pullover, don't you? I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you wait for the first. It's going to be the first commercial break. We'll announce it there. Francois Labelle, Slav was a bolt killer. Shane Wright, more like Shane Wrong. Am I right? Choo-choo. Listen, we've got an Oilers game to focus on, Francois. Can't always be about the Habs. Montreal, the center of the universe. You guys are always talking about yourself in Montreal. I'm just repeating things that people say about Toronto. Don't you worry. If you sign up for that hoodie, I'm going to be telling about it in the next 5 minutes. Who won that thing? Draisaitl gets the puck stripped by McTavish. And McTavish was the guy that drew the penalty from Darnell Nurse that allowed Troy Terry to score 5 seconds in on the power play and put the Ducks up 3-2 in this game. Sports Talk Chud said, wrong orange pullover. People want the Ducks. Remember, this one's only available in Canada outside of Quebec because Quebec's got weird contesting laws and they miss out on everything fun. I don't know why Quebec does that. I don't understand. Yanni Havisto, LOL, Adam, Evil Media, and other fans always jumping on the Leafs. You know what? If there was ever a year to dunk on the Leafs, it's now. They're not even in the playoffs. This is the time. Dunk away. Bouchard off the face-off draw. And that shot is blocked by Paling. That Paling line's been very, very good for Anaheim. Savoy to Ekholm to Bouchard. Oh, we almost got a Bouch bomb, but I think that was interrupted a little bit. More to McTavish. McTavish flips the puck out. They're going to change after being pinned by the Oilers. You have to think Knobloch had a conversation at intermission. He probably said, boys, we got to pick it up. We don't want to lose game one at home against the upstart Ducks. Who honestly speed wobbled. Oh, here we go. Wallman in. Dostal with a great save. Nuge had a great shot in close, but Dostal had the angle on the post. Remember, we talked about before the game, for anybody that was here, how much of a factor a guy like Lucas Dostal, who is objectively, statistically, and skill-wise the best goalie in this series, at least coming into it. Will he be the best goalie after this series is over? That remains to be seen. Ingram's looked good tonight, but Dostal has been under siege at times from a very dangerous Oilers offense. He's looked pretty good. Francois Lebel, is there anything else other than Montreal, the real mecca of hockey? Lotto Quebec has to get a cut of money. Well, Lotto Quebec, I don't know what Lotto Quebec's deal is, but they're no fun. Corey Mueller, when do you think McDavid's first point will come? I think this period might be a good time for him to start. He's looked dangerous tonight. He's had some really good opportunities. Blue White Flame says Brock Faber is carrying the Wild right now. So wait, it's 3-2 Minnesota? Oh. Just going to say, I feel real good about my Wild pick in the first round on my Spark bracket. Damn. Still. Hayden says you still should. They're going to win in 5. Brock Faber's an animal. Imagine looking at that defense core and going, you know what? Let's bring in Quinn Hughes. It frees up more room for Brock Faber. I think that's what they did. So it's 3-2 Dallas. Oh, shot another. Wow. That was quick, right off the draw. The cameraman didn't even get to it, so I didn't see who got the shot on Ingram. But that was a quick draw. It looked like it was Beckett Seneca. So Seneca just grabs the puck, goes across. It hit Nurse, and that stung him, but he was able to slow it down so Ingram could get a glove on it. That's one thing about Darnell Nurse. He's a tough customer. Jackson Lacombe. Oh, puck given away to Draisaitl by Granlund. Draisaitl fires it in. Rips around the board. Ducks get it. It's Seneca. Seneca to Killorn. Ducks trying to change. They dump it in. Probably should have held on to the puck there, guys. 3-2 Dallas. 3-2 Anaheim. These are the last 2 games of the night. And it was a 3-2 victory. The Carolina Hurricanes over the Ottawa Senators in double overtime. McDavid in. Oh, that was quick and dangerous. Ducks swarmed pretty quickly there. The only game that has not gotten to 3-2 was the Flyers, who were up 3-0 over the Pens on an empty net goal. I think Porter Martone had that one. Am I wrong? Did Porter Martone get the empty netter? Anyway, Ekholm in. Doesn't look great for the Penguins right now. 15:35 left in the third. Mr. C37, McDavid is playing hero ball. He is. He is. And there is some booing going on right now. Oilers fans looking for a call. Denise Campbell says, how's Leon looking? I think he looks good. I don't think he looks as mobile as I've seen him, but, all things considered, he looks good. Nuge gets the puck down low. Dickinson back to Nuge. Nuge to the point. Emberson to Wallman. That puck is blocked. And out come the top line of the Anaheim Ducks. And there they go again. Just getting the puck out of their zone, giving it right back to the Oilers. This is a good sign if you're an Oilers fan. One of the biggest problems the Ducks had in the first period, which was easily dominated by the Oilers, was they could not get the puck out of their zone. And when they did, they just handed it right back to the Edmonton Oilers. Second period, They were much more likely to control the puck through the neutral zone, and there they go, giving it away again. Icing waved off, but Anaheim still does not have possession. Not making plays through the neutral zone really hurt them in the first period, and big save by Dostal. It could hurt them here. 14-17 left in the third. Look at McDavid here. They're just hounding him. Not quite as bad as, do you guys remember during the COVID year, basically Winnipeg spent the entire series on Connor McDavid's back, literally, and the refs refused to call anything? The Meester says, hey, Adam, I just finished my history undergrad at the University of Newfoundland. I just wanted to say thank you guys for helping me get through my essays. Hey, congratulations. That's amazing. Good for you. That has got to feel incredible. I hope whatever you choose to do with that, I hope it's fruitful and awesome, and what an accomplishment. Dan Sort, Martone had the first goal. He had the game winner. Okay, so that's 2 games and 2 game winners for Martone. Jeez. That's the one game I didn't watch tonight. I was watching the Sens game. Well, I guess I haven't watched the Dallas-Minnesota game either. I just feel like I have because Hayden keeps giving me updates in my ear. He's watching. You know, Hayden, producer Hayden, who's doing the production tonight, big Wild fan. Minnesota are 0 for 3 on the power play? No, I'm sorry, Hayden. They won't go 0 for 4, though. Oh, here we go. McTavish. Ekholm angles him to the side. Bouchard. McTavish throws the hit on Bouchard. Ekholm collects the puck. McDavid to Draisaitl. Hyman gets it. McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman. How many times have we seen this line do hero-type things? But back come the Ducks. Connor Murphy watches the puck sail by him. Ingram tries to get it up. And Nuge back behind his own net. Ducks are taking short shifts in this third period, trying to defend the lead as much as possible, playing on their heels just a little bit. Oilers haven't had crazy dangerous plays yet, but you know it's only a matter of time. Kapanen, goal scorer from tonight. He had the second Oilers goal. Gets it down low. Nuge. Down low to Podkolzin, to the sideboard on Kapanen, back down to Podkolzin, and it goes all the way out to Connor Murphy at the point. Murphy keeps it in. This is just good puck play, trying to wear down the Anaheim Ducks, trying to burn these guys out, burn out the legs, and hopefully create some sort of opportunity to get this tying goal on the board. Darnell Nurse backhands it into a dangerous area, but that's turned aside easily by Dostal. Nuge collects. Back through the neutral zone come the Oilers again. Controlling play through the neutral zone are the Oilers. And in the puck goes to the Oilers zone, back out again. Oilers doing a good job here trying to get back in this game. There is 12 minutes left in play, at least in this period. You never know. You never know. Lacombe to Killorn. Puck is out. Ducks are really forcing plays here and trying to get out of their zone. It's not working for them. They got to be a little more patient. And there they go. Another neutral zone interception. Back come the Oilers. This time it's Savoy. Ekholm to Nurse. Oh, and there was a bouncing puck in front of Dostal. That was cleared by Lacombe, but not out. And there, look it is. Look who it is. Excuse me. It's Connor McDavid being dangerous, wide open on his own right now on the half wall. He's going to look around. Shot. Tried to find Hyman in front of the net. Ducks were at least smart enough to take that passing lane away, but this has been an all Oilers 5 minutes here. Since about the 15-minute mark, the Oilers have controlled this game. Francois Lebel, you can't protect a one-goal lead in today's NHL, especially against the Oilers. No chance, man. This period's going quickly. I will say that there have been very few whistles. Not a lot of pushing and shoving after the whistles either. Not a lot of hatred between these two teams yet. You kind of wonder if it's going to be more of a finesse series rather than a hatred series. And we've seen the Oilers do hatred. We've seen the Oilers do finesse. They're ready for this. The Ducks, we don't really know what their playoff profile is, but we assume it's more of the further than the latter. Sorry, the first rather than the second. Sorry, it's past midnight. My sentence structure is going to fall apart here. Bouchard, Draisaitl, they're just showing this replay here to Wallman. Man, that was pretty close. Oilers are doing a really good job of connecting their passes in this frame. Minnesota just got a power play, guys. So I said they would score on their fourth. We'll see if it happens. Maybe it'll be Faber again. All right, let's see what happens. Are we going to get crazy in Dallas? All right, what do we got here? Listen, I'm pumped you guys are all here watching this game with me. It's a Monday night / Tuesday morning. I just looked at my screen. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. For those of you, hello from the future. It's your Eastern friend, Adam Wylde. Blue Snake Jake, Ducks holding on so far. Yes, they are. Sports Talk Chud. Drink more coffee, but also drink some water. Don't get dehydrated. Don't worry. I got my Tim Horton. Look at how nice this is. Tim Hortons gifted us that. I thought that was very nice of them. Nice cold water for your boy Adam Wylde. Oh, I got to announce the winner. Yeah, who won the sweater, Hayden? What do we got? Oh, I see it. Okay. Hayden texted me the name. Oh, this is good. This is somebody from Edmonton won the Edmonton sweater, and that would be Zach C. Zach C., congratulations. You've won this pullover. It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. It's actually an Oilers pullover. So you'll be emailed tomorrow, Zach, and we will send it to you. Yay, Zach, it's your sweater. I'm your sweater. I'm so happy to join you. Go Oilers. Anyway, congrats, Zach. Is Zach still here? Is he in the chat? That's what I want to know. 10:42 left. Bouchard from the point. Dostal makes the save through traffic. Oilers winning clean faceoffs. McDavid. Oh, Trouba did not clear. Oh, the Ducks got lucky there. 10:25. Ducks playing on their heels right now. Trouba. Lacombe. That puck still not cleared. And again, it goes right back to the Oilers. And the Ducks turn over possession again. By the way, Zach, if you're in the chat, make yourself known, my friend. But congratulations. 10 minutes exactly left in the third period. Can the Ducks hang on to a 1-goal lead against the Edmonton Oilers? It seems unlikely, but that's why the playoffs are so fun. Kreider tips that puck out. Again, the Ducks are trying to limit Oilers shots. You know what? Listen, I'll give the Ducks credit. The Oilers have not had a ton of shots on actual net, but you just feel like they're going to. They keep coming through the neutral zone. Watch, here they come again. It's Draisaitl now with Kapanen and Podkolzin. Draisaitl behind the net. Tries to get it out front. It's high. Minchukov's going to collect, and he gets it to Paling. Paling across. Tried to find McTavish for a tip. Paling. He's found his defenseman. Here we go. Oh, and that puck, I think it was Hines who was just kind of knocked off the puck last minute. He was wide open. Nine minutes now. 9 minutes exactly. Time is not the friend of the Edmonton Oilers at the moment. Granlund. Down low. Oh, Seneca had a great opportunity, but Connor Ingram stands tall. He's been barely tested all period, but he has been laser focused all night. .8:36 to go in the third. If you're a Ducks fan, oh, we got somebody blows a tire. Shot, big save, and that's a goal. The Oilers have tied it up. The Duck defenseman just tripped over his own skate, and it creates an opportunity. Dostal makes the initial save, but he cannot stop the rebound, and we got a tie game in Edmonton. Jason Dickinson with his second goal of the night coming back from injury. This is a guy that people were like, are you serious? A first-round pick for Jason Dickinson? I don't think they're regretting it now. And I think it was, I don't know who fell. Was that Gudis? It was Gudis. Wow. Radko Gudis fell. Ekholm with a shot. And Dostal just cannot handle that rebound. It was a boomer from Ekholm, who's almost a boomer himself. He's so old. Gudis is feeling like crap on the bench. And there's a few Leaf fans out there who are feeling like, hey, too bad there, Radko. Dallas killed off the power play. I'm sorry, Hayden. It's still 3-2 in Dallas. Dallas up over the Minnesota Wild. Damn. Oh, Dallas is now on the power play. Oh, jeez. All right, now we got a tie game with 8 minutes to go. Now the Ducks are going to try to actually play some offense here. Man, listen, I'll tell you this. Ducks fans have been on this all year. Even after the Matthews hit, all we heard from Ducks fans were like, we're kind of okay with Gudis not playing. He's not that good anymore. Carlson. That's why they went and got John Carlson, who carries the puck through the neutral zone, passes it off. Shot was blocked, and back come the Oilers. It's 97. That's the worst guy to have come bearing down on you. But Kreider was able to angle him off, and John Carlson threw a pretty hard hit. McDavid a little slow to get up. He looks like he's okay, but he wasn't exactly popping on his feet. Lacombe with a hit. Wow, Lacombe absolutely crushed Hyman, and they're going after Lacombe now. I wish the camera would put the camera on the play, Sportsnet. Oh, it drives me nuts when they do that. The camera's on Hyman the whole time after they go after Lacombe. Oh, it looks like, did Jack Hughes just score? No. Did he? Oh, 4-2 now. Dallas got the empty netter. Unfortunately for Hayden, we got a tie game and a tie series, not a tie game, a tie series in Dallas. I'm sorry. Big shout out to Hayden. Wow, Lacombe just made a great hit on Hyman. That's all that was. And then they went after him. So Hyman tries to go in for the hit, and he just gets crunched. Lacombe's a big body, and he had all the positioning there. And Hyman is up on his feet, but he was slow to get up. I'm sure there might be some concussion spotting or something going on here. Yeah, he's going to go to the dressing room. That's a tough loss for the Oilers. You need him playing. Why did they blow the whistle there? Like, why? I don't understand that. Well, we got one replay, and I don't understand. Like, that was just a good, clean hit. I don't understand that. I don't understand why they would have blown the whistle there. For what reason? You know what? It would have been nice if Sportsnet moved the camera off Hyman so we could see what was going to happen, too. We didn't see. I don't know why the whistle went. I have no idea. Hayden says, first they throttle our internet, now this. Man, I don't understand why that play stopped. I don't like it when the NHL does that. Listen, it is hockey. It is violent. And the rule is if a player is down on the ice until their team gets the possession, I believe the rule is play doesn't stop. And even then, it usually doesn't stop. You don't stop the game because somebody's hurt normally, unless they're like bleeding. And no disrespect to Zach Hyman, who is an absolute warrior. But what are we doing here, guys? Demon Hunter. Shout out from Everett. Is it Everett, Washington? Like Washington State? Providence night shift. Hey. Providence night. So what is your night shift? What do you do? I love, by the way, that people are here. And there, some of you guys are working and just hanging out with us. Like sometimes you can't even watch the game. Like I told you many, many times, if I'm ever driving on a Saturday night, I put on Steve's stream. I don't even listen to the radio. I just listen to what Steve's saying. It's kind of fun. Oh, Oil Darling says the puck was actually under Hyman. That's why the whistle went. Okay. Well, that makes sense. And Hyman is back on the bench, so he's all good. Jackson Lacombe is a big boy. Then he's a big, strong boy. That's a guy that's going to win a Norris Trophy one day, I think. I think he's going to be that good. And I think Leo Carlson's going to win a Hart Trophy one day. He's that good. This is a team on the rise. Whatever they do this series against the Oilers, I don't think anybody's going to mind one way or the other. I mean, obviously, they'll want to win, but this Ducks team is in a learning phase. This Oilers team's in a winning phase. Two very different things. .635 left in the third period. Nurse in. Good little save by Dostal. Good shot by Nurse. Sneaky. In comes Lacombe. Through the neutral zone. Drops for Killorn. Killorn has the puck sort of poked, but he's able to get it down low to Seneca, who's using his big. Seneca is a lot taller than you kind of realize. Back to Lacombe. Shot in. Connor Ingram was kind of bumped by, I don't know if it was the Oiler defender or Alex Killorn, but that didn't look comfortable. He's okay. 6:05 left in the third. Now we start saying the compound word that gets everybody pretty excited. Do we get overtime? Do we get overtime tonight? Do we? I mean, we could. Vale. This fourth line for Anaheim has been surprisingly effective when they've been on the ice. Just all energy. And that's kind of what you need to be. Vale's a good fighter, but in this series, I don't think he's going to be fighting. He's just got to forecheck and be a useful player. Use the legs as much as you can. They had a goal taken away, actually. I mean, it was clearly goaltender interference, but for them to even get a scoring chance, that's pretty good. By the way, people are saying in the chat, we're seeing overtime for sure. Heavy hitter 211 is Trent Frederick on the team. Not only is he on the team, he's playing third line, and he's looked pretty good. Not really a threat to do anything offensively, but he's a body and he's useful. We could talk about his contract next season. Who cares? Or this season. But in the playoffs, your contract doesn't really matter anymore, as long as your roster is cap compliant, which both sides are. Richard said, okay, but I have to work in the morning. I know, Richard. I also have to work in the morning. I got to be up nice and early. I will have to be up in 6 hours. It's going to be crazy. Gordon said these teams are too mistake-driven for us to watch Adam have breakfast during triple overtime. Honestly, it might if it went to triple overtime, that would put us at about 4 a.m. Eastern Standard. At that point, there would be no point in going back to sleep. Just get out to a greasy spoon, eat breakfast. I have to do the Adam Wylde and Jack show tomorrow morning, and then I would go to bed. Joe says, I start work at 3 p.m., so I can go to triple overtime. Well, there you go, Joe. Thankfully, I don't have to work tomorrow afternoon, so I'll sleep in. Love that everybody's here, by the way. Welcome to everybody who has joined us, not only from Jesse's stream, but maybe there's a few people here who have discovered this for the first time. If you're brand new here, make yourself known. Welcome to Gripper Nation. We'll explain the name later. But we're going to be here all playoff long. Steve Nangle's got Montreal, Tampa. Jesse Blake's got Ottawa, Carolina. What a game tonight. And I've got Edmonton, Anaheim through the first round. We are going to go hard and heavy on these streams. We're going to go crazy for you, okay? So if you are brand new here, welcome. We're pumped to have you. Please say hi in the chat. If you're brand new, say I'm a newbie or whatever it is. This is your first time. We're thrilled to have you. We're going to have some fun. Playoffs are the best time of the year. I've been looking forward to this So much. So much. Anime Cowboy, I mean, I don't mind, but I don't think you want to be up till 3. Listen, I don't mind. This is the playoffs. You operate tired. Ergod Vegas said, Adam, do you still rock a coffee at this hour? Not only do I rock a coffee, I just had a double espresso. I can sleep through that. Apparently it's an ADHD trait. I don't even know how that works, but clearly I have ADHD. And yes, I can sleep through a nice caffeine jolt. Patrick says, I'm new. Thanks so much for doing this. Patrick, you are welcome, and thank you for joining us. I don't even know how you found us, but welcome. Oh, here we go. Leo Carlson, what a save by Connor Ingram. Leo Carlson, the most dangerous Duck, in low against Ingram, and he creates another opportunity. But Connor Ingram standing tall. Is Connor Ingram the answer in net for the Edmonton Oilers? This is a guy who was traded out of Utah for next to nothing, and he started the season not with the Oilers, but with Bakersfield, their AHL affiliate. And he's come in, and even though they went and made a marquee trade for Tristan Jarry, trading Stuart Skinner, the guy that got them to consecutive Cup finals to get him, Jarry's come in and struggled. Ingram has looked rock solid. And a nice save there on Carlson. Eric says, I'm new to the stream. Let's go Oilers. Eric, welcome. We have any other newbies here? Any new Californians here? King Reflective, I'm new and I'm watching from Yellowknife. That's incredible. We love that. Welcome. So glad to have you in. Patrick says, I'm a newbie from Idaho. My mother went to the University of Idaho, and I have been there many times. She actually gave a commencement speech. My mother is a graduate of the University of Idaho in Moscow, and my aunt went to Washington State over in Pullman, 20 minutes away, right across the border. Killorn, shot. Good to have all the new people in. This is a really good community. You're going to love it in here. You're going to love it in here. These are good people. 3:26 left. It doesn't get better than this, folks. 33 shots, Oilers, 24 Anaheim. Nobody wants to go to overtime. All of us fans wouldn't mind. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. All I'm saying, big shot from the point. And the Ducks are creating a lot of offensive zone opportunities at an inopportune time for the Oilers. 3 minutes left, but the Oilers with a turnaround. It's McDavid. Oh, and the Ducks were able to break that up. That looked very dangerous. Kapanen in on Lacombe. Lacombe is able to push him to the outside. Great play by Lacombe there. Kapanen, people forget how fast Kasperi Kapanen is. He's very, very fast. Lacombe was able to get the positioning on him. And the Ducks come in offside. 2:35 left in the third period. Whew. Noon ear 5150 or 5051. I am new too. Well, welcome. Thank you. Love the newbies. If you are new, point yourself out. We want to see you back again. We got streams going every single night. Steve Dangle tomorrow night with the Montreal-Tampa game. I'm going to be here every late night game that I possibly can be. One day, I'm going to be able to do 2 series at once. But for right now, it's going to be Oilers-Ducks for me the whole way through the first round. So if you're into this series, come hang out with me every other day. We're Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. And look at that. For me in the East, it's already Tuesday morning. Laura says, I'm a newbie and I'm at a hotel for a work conference and overdosing on corporate speak. So I need some hockey fun to break up the AI talk, synergy, and efficiency. Yeah, let me double click on that one. So we're seeing some headwinds in Q2. And what we need to do is optimize workflow. I had to leave the corporate world. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. I don't know how you do it. God bless you. Leo Carlson. Taking the face off against Draisaitl. So the ref has dropped the puck 2 times, and 2 times he's like, no, actually, no, I'm not. I hate when they do that. Anyway, Oilers win the face-off draw, but Ducks with possession. Kreider to Carlson. Back down low to Kreider behind the net. Kreider out front. And that just missed the stick of Troy Terry, who is on hat-trick watch, by the way. Haven't mentioned that, but yep. 2 goals in this game. Leon Draisaitl breaks through Lacombe. Around the net. Oh, man, that looked dangerous. Draisaitl looking pretty darn good, and the Oilers score. Draisaitl with a big goal. 2 minutes to go, and the Edmonton Oilers are up 4-3. Ladies and gentlemen, I got goosebumps. Leon Draisaitl, who has not played in 6 weeks, has looked dangerous all night and gets the go-ahead goal for the Edmonton Oilers. They had 10 minutes. It was Draisaitl, right? Or was it Kapanen? Hopefully I didn't make the wrong call. Draisaitl around. So he stays with it, gets it down low to Podkolzin. Oh, it was Cappy. I got the call completely wrong. But Kapanen gets his second goal of the night. Look at that. Good for him. That's his 10th career playoff goal, Kasperi Kapanen. Sorry, I thought I saw 29 on the jersey. My apologies, everybody. Oilers. Now the Ducks are going to have to play pond hockey to get back in this game. They had this game in their clutches with 8 minutes to go, and the Oilers have scored twice. Ducks net now empty, 90 seconds to go on the clock. I might have made the wrong call, but it was a big goal. Draisaitl to Podkolzin to Kapanen to the back of the net. Oh, baby. And the Oilers have iced the puck. 1:13 left in this third period. Whew, boy. Jam and Magic. Adam, y'all been bashing Alberta on the pod lately. We hear you, and we don't appreciate the Toronto media. Signed, people in the north of Edmonton. Hey, we haven't bashed anybody. Who have we bashed in Alberta? What? I resent that. I don't know who we've bashed. Anyway. Mr. Modern Marvels, Adam did a Jim Houston impression. Listen, it's hard when the camera angles are what they are. Sometimes you just can't tell. And I just saw a blur of a jersey. I saw a 2 on it. Thought it was 2-9, not 4-2. Oh, well. So we've got 2 guys who are on a hat-trick watch now. Troy Terry for the Ducks and Kasperi Kapanen for the Edmonton Oilers. Man, Kapanen before last playoff, Kapanen was a guy that was on the outs in this league. And he just came in and was such an important part of that run to the playoffs last year for the Oilers. Found himself a happy place here in Edmonton. And man, what a performer. He was great in the playoffs last year, and he's been great in game 1 this year. Oilers clear it down, 1:06 left in the third. Sloopins, doesn't Sam Dickinson have 2? Yes, he also has 2. Man, there's 3 people on hat-trick watch. Look at that. Oh, Terry. Shot in. Ingram, big save. Carlson had it at the side. Terry, down low. Oh, back out to the point, excuse me. Granlund, down low. 48 seconds to go. The Ducks are trying to dig this puck out. The Oilers are keeping them on the boards. Ducks with 6 men on the ice. Shot in Ingram. Big save. There was a rebound, but the Oilers were able to clear that out, and it is out of the zone. 33 seconds to go. Granlund tips that puck in. Down low it goes. Granlund. Gauthier along the boards. Gauthier trying to find a passing lane. To the point. Shot. Terry out front. Oh, and a big opportunity, and the Ducks miss a wide open net. There's 10 seconds to go, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's fair to say, unless there's a miracle in the next 5 seconds, the Edmonton Oilers have won game 1 of this Western Conference quarterfinal and off to A great start. We've got dreams of getting back to the Stanley Cup final, and the Oilers just took their first step. You need 16 wins to win the Cup. They only need 15 more. And this was a game that was well and truly in the Ducks' hands. But I think the mistake that they made was they kept playing this weird defensive system where they were just going to throw the puck back to the Oilers. It didn't work. Giving the Oilers pucks is not a recipe for success. If you want to defend a lead, you're going to have to do something else. McDavid did not get a single point tonight, and it didn't matter. And that's got to be crushing for Anaheim because they know they had this, and they played McDavid off the score sheet, and they still couldn't win. This is going to be an uphill battle for them. It's going to be a learning experience. Look how close they came. Granlund just missed tying this game up. Oh, Granlund just couldn't redirect that puck in. What a game we saw, guys. What an incredible game. This was a fantastic start to the series. It had everything. 2-0 Oilers after the first. 3-2 Ducks after the second. And the Ducks had that 3-2 lead till about 8 minutes to go. Unbelievable. Dickinson ties it. Dickinson ties it. Kapanen gets the go-ahead with less than 2 minutes to go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, what a great night of hockey we had. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Ottawa Senators go to overtime and a half long. So 4.5 periods of hockey. Jake Sanderson played over 40 minutes. We had the surprise Philadelphia Flyers shutting out the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh, throwing Crosby off his game. We had the Dallas Stars coming back, not easily against the Wild, but they did take one at home, and that was important for them. And we have the Edmonton Oilers winning their first game of the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, what a nice night. What a great night. Great hockey. These playoffs are off to a killer start. And let me say this. Steve Dangle is going to do that Montreal-Tampa game tomorrow, back here on SDPN at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. That would be 4 o'clock Pacific and 5 o'clock Mountain Time. I don't forget about you, Alberta. Don't you worry. And Hayden and I are going to be back the next night, Wednesday night, and I believe Jesse will be back that night as well. I believe the Ottawa Senators are playing Wednesday. Jesse will have the early game. I will have the late game, and I will see you then. Love you all. Thanks so much. That was so much fun. I kind of want to do it again. So I'll see you here on Wednesday. Love you all. Have a great night.